Well, greetings, imagination connoisseurs. Once again, it is I like the Energizer Bunny. I keep going and going and going. Robert Meyer Burnett, your viceroy of verisimilitude, your master of fun and wonder, and also your pharaoh of physical media. And this is the answer to life, the universe, and everything if you are a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy fan, because this is Let's Get Physical Media episode 42. And you know, it would not be an episode of this show if I did not have my favorite German, your favorite German, everyone's favorite German. That's right, Dieter Bastian from Saarbrücken, Deutschland. Dieter, how are you, sir?
Let me just first say, Rob,
greetings. I know you don't remember who I am. It's fine.
Yeah, okay. Greetings, imagination connoisseurs. Dieter here. Here I am, rock you like a hurricane, and welcome to the B&B Motel for Let's Get Physical Media for another episode. And Rob, I have some sad news right from the start of the beginning of our show.
You didn't hear the new Guns N' Roses song?
Unfortunately not, Rob. I haven't gotten around to it. I have to do that immediately after the show. Is it good, Rob?
Is that the sad news you have?
No, Rob. The sad news is your Emanuel set is not here by me anymore. It's gotten to the post office. I can't show it anymore, Rob.
Oh,
that's the sad news. And the other sad news, Rob, is the package was filled to the brim, so these didn't fit into it anymore, Rob. I'm really sorry.
Oh my
The package will not come.
Are you telling me I got no? You know, the German Haribo gummy bears taste different than the American bears.
With the next one, Rob, with the Dunes. Unfortunately.
Yeah, a lot of people were asking about the Dunes.
The dog treats in it, but the package was full, and I couldn't get them into it anymore.
That's what she said.
This was the second sad news. The third sad news was actually from last week. One of my favorite sitcoms, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, has finished. It's over, and they had a great last final 2 episodes, but with every other good sitcom, you wait 1 or 2 months and then just start at the beginning. And the last sad news, Rob, you had one title on your Robservations show that I always kept my eye on it, the movie Trouble with Being Born. But it's only coming out.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
really?
But it's only out on DVD here, Rob, and I don't know if I should buy it on DVD.
Yes, you should. God damn it!
On DVD, Rob. Come on, man.
Dude, I know.
But I'm really interested in the movie when I heard you talk about it on Robservations. Really
well, as you should, because everything I talk about on Robservations needs to be listened to, and you know what I'm saying.
It's only out on DVD here. And, of course, Physical Media is the heart of our show, but I like to talk with Rob about other stuff, TV shows and movies. Rob, did you start Foundation? Can you tell me something about it? Do you like it?
I've watched the first 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Now
I
I have to say, hang on. Perhaps let me go and so people can see me, so I can be like, did I watch Foundation? First of all, it might be one of the most expensive television shows ever made. I really loved it, to be honest.
Great.
I don't know if I liked. I mean, everyone's been like, "Oh my God, what happened at the end of episode 2 was a little controversial." We'll see where it goes, but it is a very handsome. You know what it is? It's a show for smart people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and you know, I read Foundation and Empire, and Second Foundation when I was a kid. Foundation trilogy. I'm loving it. I don't know where it's going to go.
Okay.
I think Lee Pace joins the pantheon of great TV villains. Not that he already didn't in Hannibal, but I'm loving it. And
is it close to the books?
Well, it has stuff that's in the books, but it definitely is a departure. Like, I don't. Again, it's like everything, an adaptation. The books are very hard to adapt because they're not you know, you don't have like characters like this guy, Han Solo, and no, it's not like that. But it's funny because it's been. I mean, I read those books in elementary school. You know, I was like 11 or 12, and I haven't read it. I've read the subsequent Isaac Asimov before he passed away wrote more books on the Foundation, and other people have written books, but it feels like the Foundation, and I'm really digging it. It's my
Really?
God, is it beautifully produced, and it looks amazing. And
Awesome.
but I have to say, there's only been 2 episodes here in the States.
Yeah.
When the second episode was over, I'm like, wait, what? So we'll see where it goes. But man, you know what? It's really nice to watch a science fiction show that I was really anticipating, that I'm interested in. I'm watching. I'm totally engaged in. Unlike Star Trek, which is either a parody of itself, literally, where there's an animated show making fun of Star Trek, or my favorite
It's
science.
loud and obnoxious.
Yeah, loud and obnoxious, and then the rest of it is just brain dead. And I really like a science fiction show that is like science fiction, which expects you to be smart, whereas Star Trek Discovery expects you to be some kind of an activist in Portland.
So Apple has 2 hits for you, for All Mankind and Foundation.
Dude, Apple's fucking crushing it. You know why? Well, because they know what's up. I mean, they're making... it'll be interesting like 5 or 10 years from now to see what Apple actually has on their service, because I'm expecting it to all be pretty good. Which is,
Yeah,
you know...
they're setting their bar pretty high at the moment.
Yeah. Yep.
The other thing I wanted to talk with you about, have you seen Star Wars Visions?
I've watched some, not all of it, and I have to say, you know what? It's definitely hit or miss.
Yeah,
but I'm.
But I
go
totally love it. But you have to bring an anime sensibility. to
Yes.
it. If you had never have watched any animes, it could be a tough sell. And the main problem for me, Rob, is actually the duel. The first episode for me is actually the best one. They started really with the best for my
Yeah. No. I mean, look.
but like you said, there are some hits and misses, but overall, nice concept. Wouldn't say no to a second season.
Well, I have to tell you, I mean, it's something very new for the Star Wars franchise. I've been enjoying it for that alone, and the fact that you have. You know what I like about Star Wars Visions? The people behind it are smart. They love Star Wars, and whether their stories are like, what's so funny is we live in a society where we're judging things on whether it's the greatest thing ever or not.
It always has to be, Rob.
Yeah, and I'm just like, what I loved about Star Wars Visions is some I like better than others, but overall, I really enjoyed the experience of watching all of them.
So it's tough to give just one numeric note or rating for the show, considering the different variations of the episodes. But they're not that long. Only 20 minutes. Probably 20 minutes is the longest.
Yeah, I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed watching it. I love that Disney did it. I thought it was.
And you have all the familiar sound effects from Star Wars. It always feels like Star Wars.
Yeah, it really does. And you know what's interesting is that Star Wars itself was so inspired by the films of Kurosawa, Hidden Fortress, Seven Samurai. So to watch anime give back to Star Wars, Japanese culture, whatever, it's pretty cool. I mean, ultimately, it feels right, and I love it.
But the studio that did Dota did no episode.
No, that was because that's a Korean animation. That
Korean.
was Studio
Okay.
Mir.
Correct.
Too goddamn busy. If they were working on Star Wars, I'd be like, bruh, where's our, where's our dragons? We're in the middle of the season 2 of like Dragon's Blood. Well, give it back to us. What are you working on Star Wars Visions for?
Really nice change of pace for Star Wars. Really dug the episode.
Yeah.
And I was happy that they put out all episodes at once. It wouldn't made any sense considering the runtime for it to do it weekly.
Yeah.
Considering the runtime. So it's great that the 9 episodes are all out at once, and everybody who have a little bit of anime love, check them out.
Yeah, I you know, it's so funny because there's so much acrimony on the interwebs about stuff we're getting. I mean, we got Russell Davies coming back to Doctor Who, and I'm already reading people going, well, Russell Davies was already out of ideas. That's why he left Doctor Who in the first place. I'm like, okay, look, if you want to complain about Jodie Whittaker and Chris Chibnall, fine. But we're getting Russell Davies back. Let me just say, for those of you who don't know, 5 of the finest hours of televised science fiction is actually the 3rd season of Torchwood, which is called Torchwood Children of Earth. I'd never seen Torchwood. I knew Captain Jack, had a man crush on him because of Doctor Who. I bought Children of Earth on Blu-ray. And when it came out, I hadn't seen it. And I put the first episode on at 1 o'clock in the morning. And I was like,
binge.
you know what? I was just going to check it out. What is this? Bruh. I watched all 5 hours. It's like 6:30 when I was done. I'm like, this shit is some of the greatest televised sci-fi I've ever seen in my life. Oh, my God. Of course, Russell Davies wrote it. It was incredible. It was Euros Lyn directed it. It is 5 of the finest hours of televised sci-fi ever. So now remember, it's not Miracle Day. Which is not what Children of Earth is, but a great show. And we're getting some great stuff. I thought Visions was great. Foundation, incredible. I mean, the production value on the show, Jesus Christ. I'm loving it. You've already seen Dune. This guy has No Time to Die tickets in IMAX on the 6th. Charlie Lazarica is coming to town. I bought him tickets. I'll probably make a video. And, we're living in great times, Dieter. Great.
Correct.
Times. And can I just, I got to throw this up. Dude.
Okay, Rob.
Dude.
Just start. Oh, man, you got it already.
Dude.
But this is only the first one.
4.
That you will get.
Oh, yeah, I ordered 4 different copies. Clockwork Orange in 4K. One of my favorite films of all time. It used to be at the top. It battles between this and, 4K. Oh, my God. And by the way, I also had to get my new slip cases for your
steelbooks.
I had to get this.
So this is the first one that you got, or
yeah, this is the first one. I've got the big box set coming from Zavi and the Spanish cult, whatever. That people are like. Liz was like, "How many copies of this did you buy?" I'm like, baby, just one.
For starters, just one.
I mean. In
the UK.
What's that?
It's placed in the theaters too at some place.
Yes, they re-release it in theaters in the UK because because people there are smart, as opposed to our country where, my God, we believe the Earth is flat, and I can't. But yes, the UK where Stanley Kubrick banned this film. It's in theaters in the UK now. Oh, awesome. My God, Dieter. What are we going to do? But I have to say, you know that Warner Brothers is going to release the ultimate Kubrick box set in 4K. And I'm buying the individual steelbooks, Full Metal Jacket, The Shining, Clockwork Orange.
Didn't you have that great book already from Kubrick? Was it in I don't remember. Was it in a set or was it separate?
Oh no, dude! I got the fucking Toshin Stanley Kubrick archives, the gigantic. I love. It's over there. Yes, but my God, Warner Brothers. I'm gonna call. We should call George Feltenstein today. We'll call him up and be like, "Hey, George, what's up, bruh? Should we stop buying these steelbooks? You're gonna release the giant 4K Kubrick box set, aren't you?" Now, I don't want to put words in George's mouth, but we're going to call him. and ask him. We're going to call him.
Just to see what's up.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
how do we? Yeah.
he won't commit to like the weekly Sunday on physical media with George. He won't commit to that. I understand he can't. He's now, once again, by the way, that guy's going to be running Warner Brothers soon because no one else there knows anything except him.
Okay.
Smartest executive in Hollywood.
How do we start, Rob? Letters? Live chat from last week? Show us some stuff?
Dieter, you know what? I throw that to you. I mean, it's you need to
Rob,
define it.
I would say I start with the letter that we didn't get to completely from last week, which was from Charlie Unicorn. We've gotten 2 out of his questions, but he even got a third one. And the third topic from him was, this one is a tough question for you both. We get that question more than once. In each of your opinions, what is the greatest movie, Blu-ray or 4K ever put out overall, movie and extras? The most significant film restoration that has been put out? In my opinion, I'll cheat and say Jaws. The movie looked top-notch, better than ever, and the extras are glorious. I also recently found a movie I had never seen on anything but VHS or standard TV, Tora. As just a movie restoration on Blu-ray, it was glorious. It is personally a hugely sentimental movie. It was one of my father's favorite movies when he was alive and brought back good memories from long ago. Quality movie with authentic, period-appropriate aircraft and incredible Hawaiian island location shots. Okay, I've taken up too much of your time. May you both keep inspiring and pushing your trucks. I mean, physical media and hot toys. Always be well. Charlie the Unicorn. So, Charlie, this is always a tough question to answer, so I give this just to Rob. The greatest movie release, Rob, on 4K, considering overall movie with extras, and transfer, all that stuff that he wants to know.
Well, Jaws is not a bad choice, but I have to go with Apocalypse Now. Considering
you've get more versions than one, considering you get the Heart of Darkness documentary with it.
And all of the extras. I mean, are the extras the greatest? No, but you get one of the great movies about movie making, which is Eleanor Coppola, her footage, and of course the late, great, and now I'm forgetting his name, but his brother's the governor of Colorado. But you know what? Look, I can't remember everything, so I hope people will just forgive me. I would like, hang on, let me just. I in the chat, people are like, how can you forget this guy's name? So let me just talk. George Hickenlooper, who had passed away. Hearts of Darkness is one of the great films ever made about the making of a movie. So in that new box set, you get all 3 versions of Apocalypse Now on 4K, and you get Hearts of Darkness, and you get all these incredible special features. I would have to pick that as maybe my... And look, you know what? People have talked about the Lord of the Rings, the 4K transfers as not being as great as they should be. I get that, and now we're getting the big box set from Warner Brothers, which, by the way, I pre-ordered. But the fact that documentaries that I worked on, that the documentaries that the team at Curdy Pellerin made, I understand they're in standard def because there was no HD at the time. They're releasing them without our documentaries. I mean, a team of people spent 4 years making those documentaries, and they're not on the ultimate. Shame on you. Shame on you. But anyway.
Okay. So, let's see what letters we've got else. I've got an older one from Omar that we didn't get around to it.
Wait, are you telling me Omar 94 wrote us a letter?
Yeah, and it's actually back from August 13th. So let me just see what Omar has in store for us.
Dude, I've got like 500 letters I haven't read from Omar yet. I could do a whole show of Omar
Just
letters.
reading
And by the
letters.
way, I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to do the Omar 94 episode of Robservations.
So he goes on and says, "Hi Rob and guten Abend Dieter. When it comes to collecting your home media, I would interested in knowing both of your thoughts on this. There is a practice when it comes to home media called moratorium, where it's a practice of suspending sales of DVDs, Blu-rays, and stuff like that after a certain period of time. Disney in particular is known for doing this, as they were the first studio to do so, stating how it was done in order to both control their market and to allow their movies to be fresh for new generations of young children. Other studios started doing moratorium as well, since Universal did so for the DVD box set of Back to the Future in 2002 due to widescreen framing problems. The moratorium was then lifted 2009 before the 25th anniversary Blu-ray set on October 26, 2010. George Lucas used the moratorium for the DVD box set of the original Star Wars trilogy in 2004, but it was then lifted once Revenge of the Sith came out in theaters, as the original trilogy was released on DVD on September 12, 2006. From what I read, the practice was looked down on by consumers due to higher prices, so I would be interested in hearing both of your thoughts on it. Omar, I actually don't know. Is this still a practice, Rob, today? I don't think so.
Well, okay. So what Omar is referring to, Disney did this a lot with like their animated titles,
Correct.
and
I'm not sure about the other studios.
well, they do. I mean, Disney releases stuff, and it's not like there's a moratorium on it, but they put it out, and then there used to be like, well, these are the diamond versions of these things, and they're only available for a short period of time.
3 months.
Yeah, and that was true. Did I agree with it? Not necessarily, because look, I don't like forced or imposed scarcity. That's why to be honest, I love what Mondo does, like with their posters and all that shit. But I hate the fact that they're like, well, this is a limited edition release of a goddamn poster. And Mondo, this is not to diss on you, but like, you're imposing scarcity. And by the way, great, it's a market, but hey, if you put out great artwork, sell it. Why make a limited release of it, and what you make your product go up on the secondary market? If you're the biggest consumer of your own product, fine. But it's like, I just want to be able to buy what I want to buy. I don't like it used to piss me off when Playmates would be like, if you want to buy the Mirror Universe 9-inch Star Trek figures, they're only a KB Toys exclusive. I'm like, okay, I get it, but I'm like, look, man, I just want to buy your figures. I want to buy them. I don't want there to be some kind of problem, but I get it. I understand what people. But here's the thing: they're not like oil futures, or I'm not buying real estate. I'm just buying a Mirror Universe plastic action figure. Just give it to me. And Mondo, if you're printing a poster, I would like to buy it. I don't want to like sit on your website at 7 a.m. and be like, oh my god, I've got 10 seconds.
Hope you get one. Refresh your browser.
Yeah, and the thing is, in 5 or 10 years, Mondo is not going to be cool anymore, and the people that collect that stuff it's going to be a very tiny group of people, because you created a market, cultivated it, that in 5 or 10 years won't exist. Just give me what I want. I just want to buy it. Please.
Correct. So this was from Omar 94, and I have one left, and this comes from Joe Dick. So let's see.
Oh, Mr. Dick sent us a great letter.
Yeah. Has to say, hi Rob and Dieter. Looking forward to this the show this week. Hopefully Dieter doesn't flake on us again. Me? Considering.
What have you? You've never flaked on us.
Yeah, but when I was in Shang-Chi, Rob. when I told you I
well,
could only
I
go
wouldn't consider that a
Sunday
flake.
evening.
That's not a flake.
Who does he think he is? R&B? Laugh out loud. I guess you
Wow,
really
wow.
can.
Thanks. Touch me, I'm
And then,
dick.
and then, Rob. I guess you really can trust a Frenchman. Unbelievable, Joe. Unbelievable Frenchman. And for all that, he didn't like Dune. Once again, Dune was fine, was nice, was okay, but everybody is calling it a masterpiece, and it is not a masterpiece. Okay? Come on. All it was to see Shang-Chi that he blew us off. So, I can't remember. Okay. All I can remember is crying myself to sleep that night. I know we did get a show last week. We'll see if we can manage 2 weeks in a row. God damn. Fingers crossed. But the Kaiser of Crap, neither movie lived up to the hype. Shang-Chi, a triumph. Bah, Dune, give me a break. They showed Dune in Canada at TIFF, and I think a couple of theaters in Montreal, sort of still Canada. But that's it, and I wasn't lucky enough to see it. Everyone else has to wait. From what I hear, I think my assessment of it will be in line with that of the 4K Führer, but we'll see. I'll keep an open mind. I do wonder though, based on the trailer, I mean, I've never met any desert people, but do they usually travel with hairstylists and makeup artists? They cast well for Paul Atreides though. He should look like a weak, effeminate, pampered, androgynous male model. But the desert people don't look like what you think desert people would look like. And Rob, do you think the sandworm strain verisimilitude? I haven't read the book or seen the Lynch movie or the TV miniseries, but I wonder how the laws of physics allow the sandworms even to move, and what do they eat? Sand? See, the joking from Emma is rubbing up on people, even in their letters, I guess I'll have to wait and see. However the story really goes, I suspect that in the real world, Zendaya would end up with Jason Momoa and Timothée Chalamet would be in the friend zone. But who knows? Maybe these Gen Z chicks are into a different kind of guy. Anyway, my city, like that shithole Saarbrücken, doesn't have an IMAX theater. I would have to go to the Big Smoke, Toronto, for that. Sorry, Dieter, just busting your balls. I'm sure Saarbrücken is a lovely place. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. But I've got so many Brückens. Maybe sell one or two to get an IMAX. I don't know if it will be viable to have an IMAX here, considering the residents, how much are living here. Just an idea. Maybe it's a tourism thing. Hey, people come here to see Brückens, not go to the movies. Well, Joe, Germans are not really moviegoers when there's nice weather or something like that. They're not really moviegoers in general. But it's really kind of a cruel tease to show it at a few theaters here in Canada, and then it's gone. At least in the good old US of A, where they have to wait. Once they get it, they get it. And they're showing it in Europe first. Jesus, who won the war? It's really a slap in the face to Uncle Sam. I think we should all pause now and indulge in a rousing chorus of USA, USA, with, of course, the obligatory fist pumping. Okay, moving on. I wanted to ask you two. You both said you think 4K will be the last physical media, but how far can it go? 8K, 10K, eventually, I guess, we'll reach the limit of human vision. I don't know if I like the idea of watching a movie in VR with perfect 3D. Could be nice, Joe. Immersed inside the movie, like being in the Matrix. Maybe I'm old and tired, but I prefer watching on the screen. Preferable on film, to be honest. And if I had the fat stacks of, say, Quentin Tarantino, I have my own screening room with everything on film. Hopefully, Dieter will read this personally, as I do, Joe. As much as I love to hear Rob read my letters, and he showed what a pro he is at reading out loud with the long one yesterday. We, of course, all love Dieter's accent. Although, to be honest, I can't quite place it. What part of France are you from again? Joe. Your first strike is coming up right now. Enough said, Joe Dick. Hopefully, I got a few unbelievables out of Dieter on this one, and maybe at least one shenanigans. Hopefully he didn't mind all the ball busting. I don't want to get a German mad at me. History shows us that it never works out. Saarbrücken rules. Woo. So this was from Joe Dick. Rob, can you tell us anything about the physics of sandworms that he asked about? Is there anything that explains it in the book?
Dude,
Yeah.
sandworms exist on Arrakis. You got to go with
Correct.
it. I mean,
Tremors, Rob. Like
you know,
Tremors.
look, man, Rodan is real. Ghidorah, King Ghidorah is real. I do not presume to the beginning of the end, giant grasshoppers on skyscrapers in the 50s. Them giant ants. These are all real. They exist. The idea that we're supposed to explain the physics behind them, I mean, people won't even get vaccinated in this country. And you're asking me to explain physics. I'm like, you know, like I like to say, my mother and my father and my grandparents, I used to say, Mom, Dad, Grandma, Grandpa, tell me about why you didn't get inoculated against polio. You know what they said? We got inoculated. What the fuck are you talking about? Just saying. I mean, you know. And now you want me to explain the physics of sandworms? They fucking exist. They exist on Arrakis. They're real. I don't know about the physics behind them. I don't understand the musculature of... Do you want... Spoiler alert. Sandworms are people. They were once people.
I hope that answers your question.
They were once people. Now you're asking me like, hey man, like if you eat enough spice, you become a sandworm. By the way, for those of you who don't know, that's true. Look, if I snorted enough cocaine or did enough ecstasy, if I could turn into a mountain, I would. People could ski on me for the rest of eternity. That'd be great. But in the Dune franchise, if you do enough spice, you become a sandworm. You're a guild navigator first. You know, a third stage guild navigator. If you're already folding space, and then you're like, you know what? I'm gonna do some more spice and become a fucking sandworm. That's what happens. By the way, spoiler alert: if you don't know that, sorry. I don't know if it's even dealt with in the movie. Now, you're asking me, Joe Dick, about physics?
Yeah.
Let me just tell you, if you snort enough of anything, you can become whatever you want. That's what I would say.
I said Shang-Chi was fine, but some people, I watched some reviews, they're going into it not wanting to like the movie. And then you get in that territory of nitpicking. How can they afford a ticket to China, to fly to China? Something like that.
Why are they fighting with swords?
That for me is nitpicking. And you can nitpick any movie to death if you want to.
How about 10,000 years, 10,191, which is when the movie takes place, and who knows what the future is going to be like?
Correct. So, Joe...
Kids today don't even want to have sex. They just want to talk about what multi-genders they are. I'm like, I think part of the cool thing about being different genders is the way you should be able to fuck. Just saying.
So, Joe, go to the theaters, make up your mind about Dune. And don't forget that list that I made you, or the questions that you have to answer, and then say, is it a masterpiece or is it not? But Rob, you didn't have any press screening invite from Bill for Dune?
No, not yet. I mean, he's saying the second week of October, so we don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
considering it starts on October 22nd.
Yeah, but you know what? They don't want old white men to see Dune. You know what's great? You know what? I really feel like in our culture, I'm gonna start playing that card. I'm gonna be like, oh, what? You don't like the old white guy to see your movie? I think I'm gonna play that card because my God, if there's any discriminated against Look, man, I just want to see Dune. But Dieter.
And
Dieter.
I'm really looking forward how it will hold up this weekend. This is the second weekend in Europe. How it will do at the box office.
I gotta ask you a question. By the way,
Yeah.
I'm joking about that. I've had so much white privilege in my life. It's okay. The rest of my life, I can ease back. It's cool. But I gotta ask you. Speaking of white privilege, does No Time to Die open in Germany on Friday?
No, on Thursday, Rob, this week. And I already have my ticket, for the midnight preview at 0.07 minutes a.m. Midnight preview, Rob, on Thursday.
Who are you gonna call? You're not gonna call
You.
Ghostbusters?
No, I call you and tell you how the movie.
I want a phone call, man. You have to understand. Like I have my tickets on the 6th. I'm going to the.
Okay.
I had my tickets a year and a half ago at the Cinerama, my favorite theater in LA. I had literally my favorite seats in the theater. I was waiting when they went on sale. I'm like, on the app, and I got my favorite seats. Right. Fucked. Awesome. I got fucked. I mean, we all got fucked, and people are dead. But so now, Charlie the Lazarica is coming into town. I got him tickets, and me tickets, and we're going on October 6th.
Great.
The Chinese IMAX.
I show a little bit physical media because I did some homework, Rob, and watched Spectre again.
Wow, it didn't put you. You're awake.
Yeah, correct. But I watched it yesterday, Rob, and considering I watched it again, got a little bit. I will say, got a little bit better than I remembered it for being. First off, the sound is great.
It's a very beautifully handsome made film.
And for me, the story is actually well told, but the opening scene is so good that the rest can't live up to that great opening.
Dude, one of the great Bond openings ever.
Yeah,
I mean, totally. My God! As a matter of fact, do you know that that festival didn't exist in Mexico, and they've made one that was completely made up, and they actually.
Damn it, Rob! No verisimilitude in Bond.
But no. The life imitates art. They made that festival based on an opening, so now they do it. I don't think they have the helicopter sequence, but I mean, my God, the only thing
that I was didn't throw me a little bit off, and the building is collapsing. Still party is going on.
You know what's funny about here's what's I live in Southern California, right? And here's what I find strange about our relationship with Mexico. Mexico City is one of the great cities in the world. And the people there are amazing. It's cosmopolitan. We believe in the United States. Mexico is like a third world shithole. Because we're only like, I get it, like Tijuana, the border states or cities, whatever. Mexico City is one of the world's great cities. And the people are amazing. The food is amazing. The culture is amazing. The art is amazing. And by the way, the women are amazing. Just saying. And what I love about Spectre, even though I don't like most of the movie, the opening scene celebrates that, and it shows that, my God, Mexico City is one of the great cities in the world, and we in America, because we've been conditioned to think that those people in Mexico, I'm like, bruh, Mexico City is like older than the United States. Like, and I really do love the opening of Spectre. The rest of the movie is ridiculous. Bond destroys. Well, here's our secret base in the middle of the desert. You have to just get off of this train stop and we'll take you there. And Bond blows it up with one bullet. Spectre, even at the end, his Walther PPK can shoot Blofeld's helicopter out of the sky. Like, why did he fly his helicopter? Spectre, and who is the PA who went and like, Blofeld's like, hey, listen, just go to Kinko's or whatever and copy all these people's pictures, and we're gonna paste them on the MI6 thing and put. I mean, it is that movie's brain dead, and the people that made it. I mean, Sam Mendes, bruh. How do you make a James Bond movie where they go in the snow and James Bond doesn't ski? I grew up, I wanted to be a skier. I became a skier because of James Bond. And yeah, people are like, well, Rob, in World Is Not Enough, they ski. Yeah, because they're being followed by people that are in paramotors that are slow. Give me a For Your Eyes Only. Give me a On Her Majesty's Secret Service. Give me the opening of Spy Who Loved Me. I mean, my God. They made a movie in the snow and James Bond doesn't ski. Fuck that movie.
It is.
I hate Spectre.
It is correct. But actually,
and then Sam Smith is like, my life is terrible. I'm so depressed. I'm a secret agent that drinks great champagne, and I fuck the world's most beautiful women, but I'm so sad. Fuck you, Sam Smith.
That was a great
like
version of writing on the wall.
I write on the wall how sad I am. Fuck that movie. I hate it.
For me, it's actually gotten a little bit better. And considering the action rob, a day before that, I watched this one. F9 is coming.
Oh, okay. Are we gonna start?
A little bit.
Wow. Wait, hang on. Apparently, my copy has disappeared from my stack that I was going to show. All right,
check it. If you've seen that movie a day before that, the Spectre really feels like a too grounded movie. Actually, too grounded movie.
That movie sucks. Why am I singing this terrible? Why do I even know the tune?
but I.
Okay, hang on. So you know what? It's funny because I'm looking at my stack of stuff I got this weekend. I'm like, where is my Fast 9? Okay, Dieter, as you know, I hated Fast 9.
It wasn't the best. It comes with the director's cut, which adds a little bit character. But not really.
The point is, I bought it. I bought it.
Yeah,
I bought it.
Yeah, completionist, Rob.
Even Elizabeth, she's like, I opened the Amazon box. She's like, why did you buy? You hate that movie? And I'm like, babe, I'm a completist, man. Come on, I can't not have it. Like, it's the director's cut. I'm like, come on, baby, it's the director's cut. She's like, the director's cut. The director made that
longer.
She's like, there's more suck involved. I'm like, here's the thing. I love Justin Lin. I love Sun Kang. By the way, Justice for Han. First of all,
even an extra section that is called Justice for Han.
If you retcon, I'm burping. Hang on. If you retcon the fact that Han didn't really die, there is no Justice for Han. What you made me do since 2006 or whenever Fast 3 Tokyo Drift, The Drift, came out. Nikki Griffin, thinking of you. The Drift. Are you kidding me? Like for 15 years, they're like, Justice for Han, Justice for Han, Justice for Han. You know what? That was not, you just said he didn't really die. Which means he doesn't need justice. So fuck that movie.
They have 2 movies to go, Rob, considering the mid-credit sequence.
Dude, you know what? Even when James Bond went into space, he went into space plausibly. Because you know what? Everyone believes that Hugo Drax could build a gigantic space facility in the middle of the Amazon and launch space shuttles. I certainly believed it. I don't know how they ever got the heavy equipment in to actually manufacture his base that could have space shuttles to launch. But it was more plausible than fucking Fast 9.
For me, it's actually the logic in the stupidity is not functioning.
You know what? Even stupid logic is great. I love it. But Fast 9 strained, to say it's strained credulity is to, that is a vast understatement.
Especially for me, how the magnet works. They're just...
apparently it doesn't affect the actual car.
How the blood does, it needs to.
How about the fact that the super magnet doesn't affect the metal car that it exists in? Like, wait a minute. Magnetism, you can't project. It's not like light. You can't project magnetism. If you have a super magnet, you can't just, it doesn't just beam out of the side of your car. And I'm watching this movie, I'm like, bro, Justin, Lynn, I love you. Trailing Johnson, I love you. I love Fast 5. It is the Citizen Kane of the Fast and the Furious franchise. But when you do something, and they're so proud of it, like this super magnet is going to pull this car, and we're going to do a whole physical effect where it's pulling the car through a building. And you're like, dude, the super magnet would destroy the car that it's in. It would destroy the vehicle unless it's, I'm sure. He's like, well, no, this is carbon fiber. Well, okay, but come on, whatever it is. I don't understand give me a fucking break. Don't tell me that your rims or your axle or your gear shift there's no metal in your car. It was decidedly unmetal. Fast 9, I was angry with that movie in the first 10 minutes. I literally, of all the movies I've ever seen in my life, I've only walked out of one. And that was Shock Treatment, the sequel to the Rocky Horror Picture Show. The sequel. I wanted to walk out of this movie in the first 15 minutes. I really did. Okay. I hated it. Yet, I can't find it.
Perhaps you have cancelled the order.
Dude, no, it's here. I had it. It's...
Okay. But considering I've seen that movie a day before, so Spectre for me was really grounded. And considering a little bit the lackluster ending of Spectre, we are really conditioned over the last, I don't know how many years, that the ending is always...
6 years.
Has always have to be the big showdown. So if one flies a little bit lower under that, you found it lackluster, considering Spectre. But for me, the movie has gotten a little bit better, and I wanted to see it because Christoph Waltz and Lea Seydoux are in No Time to Die again, so I have to do my homework. And then that's why I bought the 4K, because it is from a 4K master. And Fast 9 came in.
Me too. I it's fallen. I don't know where it is. I'm like, where? Hey, listen, oh wait, hang on. I look. Things have fallen. Yeah. My Cyclops figure, which keeps falling down. I know it's not the right show, but goddamn, I do love this action figure. I do love it. I do. It's great. But
be careful of those beams.
I know. I listen, Trash Panda. You can love Spectre all you want. It sucks. Dude, riddle me this. Riddle me this, Batman.
Yeah.
There's a car chase at night in the movie in Italy.
Yeah.
There's no other cars on the road. Have you ever been to Italy?
No, Rob, I haven't.
What? Well, I haven't either. But I'm just saying, everyone I know has been to Italy. Wait, you live in Germany. You've never gone to Italy?
No.
What the fuck, dude? Come on. What? Okay, I'm coming over there. I'm coming over there. You and I are going to go to Florence. We're going to see some art. We're going to find Hannibal Lecter. We're going to have a good time. How can you have never been to Italy?
Didn't get around to it, Rob.
Jesus Christ. Okay, you know what? I'm going to get my passport. It takes like 6 months to get it renewed. I'm coming, Dieter. And you and I...
then we see if there is traffic or not.
Yeah, we're going. Like we're going. Come on, man. We're going to Italy.
Okay,
You and
it
I.
was late. It was late at night. Everybody was at home. The streets are empty.
Okay, nowhere in Europe is it late at night. People in Europe party all night long. I've been there. It's great. You can walk into a bar at 2:00 in the morning and still have a great night. Come on.
I don't know if the bars are open.
Dude, if you haven't been to Italy, you don't know shit about your own continent. Come on now.
Okay. But for me, it's gotten a little. I have to say, it's gotten a little tick up. So I'm really looking forward to No Time to Die. And you showed
By the way,
week.
I think No Time to Die. Cary Fukunaga. There's a big article in the Hollywood Reporter. I think it's going to be fucking great.
Let's hope so.
And Elizabeth and I are going next week, October 6th.
Let's hope they bring the theme from the music for Bond finally back. That was one of the things that annoyed me the most. That the theme of 007 is always, it's a little teaser here, it's a little teaser there, but it's never come to full fruition in never of the Craig movies.
No,
that was
well, there's a little bit of that in look, I understand David Arnold. They should never have gotten rid of David Arnold. The score for Casino Royale kicks ass, and what they used to do was they would weave in the theme, the actual theme song, because the composer, whether it was John Barry or whomever, usually would work with the artists who sang the song. Like View to a Kill, terrible Bond film, great score, and they would work in the Duran Duran song into the score because John Barry would work with Duran Duran, and then they've changed all that. I mean, I get it, I understand. The fact is, the Daniel Craig Bond series, to me, now we're getting a fifth film. There's been one great movie. Fuck all of you going, well, Skyfall's amazing. No, it's not. It's not. It's not amazing. It's a movie that is basically set in London where James Bond fails all the time. Casino Royale is a great Bond film. Quantum of Solace deserves your respect. Skyfall, I know it made over $1 billion. And then there's Spectre. Fuck all that shit. Fuck that noise. To me, the idea that we're watching the whole life of James Bond, is ridiculous. I mean, by Skyfall, well, when you have Ray Fiennes going, it's no, you've missed a step, 007. Why not retire? I'm like, fuck you, Ray Fiennes. I love you. I love you in Strange Days. I have the German Blu-ray. I love you. But don't tell James Bond he's missed a step and he should retire. Don't make James Bond not be able to shoot. Fuck Skyfall. I hate that movie.
Okay, so it can only go up with No Time to Die.
Dude, I think No Time to Die is going to be fucking great. I think it's going to be great.
Let's hope so. You showed this last week. I got it this week, Rob. Shawshank, The Steel.
Oh, if we're showing stuff, let me go full frame on you. Look at that.
Just start with some titles. Okay, Shawshank. You already showed it last week.
By the way, have you watched it?
No, I've gotten.
Dude,
get around
the
to
transfer, it made me want to lick my screen. It is astonishing. The transfer is astonishing.
That's
Roger
good
Deakins'
to know.
photography too. He shot Skyfall.
Okay, but I didn't get around to it. What I did get around to this week to watch it again was, of course, Rob, Black Widow. Got my Steelbook. You got it too, Rob?
Oh wait, hang on, Dieter. Wait.
Yeah.
Hang on. Look at that. Look at that. There it is. Great Steelbook. I've got my Steelbook. I had to buy a whole a slew. Here they are. Look.
Yeah.
I got a whole packet, by the way, of
package.
these are my Steelbook protectors. So yeah.
But, Rob, I didn't watch it from this iteration. I watched it from this iteration. The Japanese one
Oh, you got the
contain-
You were like my friend David Hargrove. You got the 3D version, didn't you? You fuck.
Yes, correct. And Rob, my hopes, or my hopes were fulfilled. It does come with shifting aspect ratios, considering.
God
the
damn
3D.
it! So I have to go to. I have
It
to.
has shifting aspect ratio. So you have the Budapest pest scene when they are reaching the rooftop. From that point on until the subway is opened, then you've got the prison scene when they.
Is that also in the 3D version?
Only in the 3D version, the shifting aspect ratio.
Oh my god.
Only.
Okay.
Only
First
in
of all,
the-
can we just talk about how the Japanese are still?
And I thought it wouldn't come out in 3D, but the Japanese came through for us.
Yeah.
And considering the text specs, it says code A. It's not code A. It's region 3, and they say here on the 3D it's 239 to 1, but it's with open.
Okay,
open
dude.
format.
You know, my friend David Hargrove wrote me a letter, my oldest friend in LA, talking about, like, yes, I was that guy who had to buy the Japanese version of Black Widow. Okay, I'm going. You know why? The Japanese might be the last culture on Earth that loves physical media as much as we do.
Right.
And they God bless the Japanese. I know someone's gonna be like, "Well, do you remember what they did in World War?" I don't give a fuck.
And they even
Thank God.
had the steelbook with the 3D with the 4K, so you should have gotten a all around package. But I only got the normal, the standard version. So you have to.
God
Like
bless
black and
you,
white.
Japan. God bless you. You
And it was
people
really-
are doing the Lord's work, even though they're like, not a Christian nation. But
And it was really a shot in the dark because I didn't know, did it have open format or just would be 239.
so
But it was
would you say that all of us, everyone, should just rush to Amazon Japan right now and order that? Because I'm doing that.
No, because it's really expensive. Only you really want the title. It's really expensive to buy the disc.
Dude,
So it's really
dude. This is what channel are you on? Who cares
Yeah,
how much it
just
costs?
saying.
Just buy it. The answer on this channel is always
It's always yes.
yes.
Correct.
It's always yes.
Yes.
Who cares how much it costs? Do you have to eat ramen for the next week? Well, you should, because it's a Japanese disc. Awesome.
And you have the prison break when David Harbour is pushing the door out. It switches to full frame for the whole sequence. And in the end, when she jumps through the window in the explosion, you have not a shift immediately. It opens up slowly. When she jumps in slow-mo out of the window, it opens up.
By the way,
slowly. So
I
was
just
really
want to point out that Bill Lumberg in the chat, he's going back to Pearl Harbor. I'm like, Dieter, I'm doing a show with you, and you're a German. So don't diss on Japan because of Pearl Harbor. The world changes. Every single nation in the world is full of atrocities, and people were awful. Humanity is a cesspool of disgusting awfulness. We enslave people, we kill people, we destroy people. But you know what? Japan has Black Widow in 3D.
Right.
And I'm still talking
So,
to you from
fingers
Saarbrücken,
crossed.
Germany, which I'm a Jew. So I'm like
I'm a
the fact
Christian.
that you know what? I'm saying that you got to let it go. It really comes down to that every year that we move forward is a better year. It's different. It's different. Things change. They get better.
Correct.
By God, I love the fact that Amazon has Amazon Japan, so I can be like, send this to me right now.
And let's fingers crossed, Shang-Chi will be the same.
It is. Well, Shang-Chi has 3D credits on it, so yeah.
Hope so.
I mean,
Correct.
yeah.
So this was a little bit of my first take, Rob. Will you take over with your titles? But I still have more stuff to show.
I do too.
Okay.
So I've already shown Clockwork Orange, right?
Yeah, correct.
Now-
Widow Steel?
Now, okay. Here's actually a bit of a title that I want to talk about. It's an independent disc. My friend Rob G Rob G produced. Oh wait, that's not his movie. He produced this film, Analog Love. This is a tremendous film. Like, this is all about mixtapes. If you made mixtapes, I did when I was in college in the 80s. I had a very extensive 12-inch remix collection, and I would make mixtapes. This film is all about mixtapes. If you made mixtapes, there's a lot of celeb. This disc is fantastic. I think it's available on Amazon. It's an independently released disc. And Rob G, who, by the way, is a good friend of mine, who suffered cancellation on social media, and still I have yet to read anything about what he actually did. So I will support him. He made this movie. It's really great. It took him 6 years. Longer, but, well, actually, Tango Shalom. I love this movie. It's so much fun. There's so many great special features on this disc. If you can get this, Rob G, good on you, sir. Way to persevere. You got it made, and it's a great Blu-ray. So I got that. Very excited to have this. Thank you for making it. Now, Dieter, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to laugh at me at this. They're going to be like, Paramount put out Blue Chips. This is a movie about basketball it starred Nick Nolte and Shaq. And you might ask yourself, it came out in the 90s, why, Rob? Why would you want to buy a movie like Blue Chips? Now, let me look at your face. Are you looking? Now you're on screen. Do you want? Yep. Are you wondering? Are you wondering why I bought a movie about sports?
Not completely, because I don't know Blue Chips.
I know you don't. No one does. Do you know why I bought this and why this is important to me?
You have something to do with it?
Nope. But a good guess. Do you know who directed this movie? A movie about basketball?
You gotta help me out here, Rob. No.
William fucking Friedkin directed Blue Chips. His wife, Sherry Lansing, was head of Paramount. She's like, honey, I've got a job for you. This was directed by the man that directed The Exorcist, the man that directed The French fucking Connection, and the man that directed To Live and Die in L.A. And for those of you who don't know, I heard Tom Jr. Jackson, the man who gave us We Are All Goof People, I have heard from Tom Jr. Jackson and the lovely Emma Bannon. Tom told me, that Kino Lorber is releasing To Live and Die in L.A. on 4K. Same director. And by the way, I can guarantee you this transfer is better than what Shout Factory released for his other movie, The Guardian. But I'm gonna save one thing. But okay. I do have to say that finally,
there it is.
Finally, the Star Trek Blu-rays. Now, let's talk about this. I mean, the packaging. If there's any franchise that has been more maligned by its owners than Star Trek, I don't know. So, in 1991, for the 25th anniversary of Star Trek, they released a beautiful Laserdisc box set of Star Trek 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Right before Star Trek 6, which came out in 1991, came out. Beautiful box set. This is what Paramount did 30 fucking years ago. But apparently, this box set, they've only got around to releasing. They put out Star Trek the motion picture, Star Trek: The Wrath of Khan, Star Trek: The Search for Spock, and Star Trek: The Voyage Home in this box set. Now, at the same time, they now are they're spending tens of thousands of dollars doing the director's cut of Star Trek: The Motion Picture. Like, I get it, man. It's the 55th anniversary. You gotta have some anniversary. But every time you've released the Star Trek movies, you've released all of them that were available. The classic cast, everyone's like, Star Trek 1 through 6. That's the classic cast. Yes, Scotty and Chekhov are in Generations. But, like, you release a box set of 4 movies because you haven't quite got around to putting out the other films or making 4K transfers, and at the same time you have a team working on the director's cut of Star Trek: The Motion Picture, and you release this box set, which, I mean, don't get me wrong, having these movies in 4K is amazing. Star Trek 2, having that in the motion picture, but this flimsy box, Paramount, you make great transfers. I mean, my God, you used to be the creme de la creme of transfers of your own movies. But starting last year, you're like the Goodwill of studios in terms of physical media. Like, give me a fucking break. Really? With this little flimsy box, like, yeah. You know what? When I got the Indiana Jones steelbooks just to put them in your flimsy box. Like, please, I understand that the man who directed Norbit, the Eddie Murphy movie, now runs your studio. You got rid of Jim Giannopoulos and Emma Watts left. I get it. It's a new world, Sherry Lansing, but are you fucking kidding me? Star Trek 1 through 4. No 5, no 6. No director's cut of 6. Although these are beautiful transfers. You still do beautiful. So I have to, like, buy it.
Yeah, the heart is still there. The heart is functioning. The outer shell, okay.
Dude, you know what sucks? America is no longer interested in quality control. All we want to do is how do the people on the top? I'm not one of these revolutionaries, but my God, the Japanese would never do this. The Japanese would never scrimp or they always give us. The Koreans give us great box sets.
They go the extra mile for it.
They go the wait a minute. Every other country, we are like in all of the Western world, America is the third world nation of the West of we're the third world nation of first world countries. And my God, our physical media certainly shows us that.
Yeah, but it's the same here in Germany too, Rob. It's over the Star Trek box is the same in every place.
Yeah, because they're buying it from America.
Yeah.
But you have Coke Media. You know what they're putting out? You know what they're
Dune
putting out.
In October. And they still haven't released any cover, Rob. I can't tell you how it will look, the Dune set. And it
you know why you can't? Because they're still trying to make it as great as it can be. Because the Germans,
so for you, for Charlie, for Darren, and Bill.
Bill, yeah,
damn it.
That's right. That's thank you for saying that, Charlie. By the way, Charlie de Lazarica is in L.A. now. I don't know if he's here with his beautiful wife, Carly Baker, but maybe he is. So we've got Charlie, Darren, Bill, and I. By the way, this is a huge responsibility for you.
I know. And I even have to get a 5th one for another member of the PGS community. So 5th, I'm really wondering, I was surprised that Koch lets me do these orders.
They must watch this show. They know that we would rip on them if you didn't.
Sometimes you get a restriction. No, we've got enough already. But they still haven't released a cover of the box. Really, really keeping us guessing. But let's see about that. Okay, Rob.
You know what? It's kind of like the Rhineland. You never knew that the Rhineland was going to be taken over by the fascists. They didn't know. So the Germans keeping us on our toes. Come on. I love you,
Hope
man.
your box set will be as good as you all are hoping that it will be. Correct. But you've got you're right. Big responsibilities to get five of these sets, and there's still one left, I believe. In the but we will get to that when we get to the.
Oh my God. Okay.
That's it. Yeah.
I gotta go. I gotta go to the super chats for a minute.
Okay.
Okay. I gotta say. So for those of you who are the uninitiated, there is a gentleman that exists. I believe he lives on the Swiss-Italian border.
Okay.
And he is actually restoring or building, I don't know, restoring a Lotus 7, which is what Patrick McGowan drove in The Prisoner. He also has James Bond cars. And he told me if I ever come to Italy or ever come to Europe, the border, that we would drive to the actual dam that James Bond jumps off of at the beginning of 1995's GoldenEye. And his name is Martino Sulmoni. He's in the chat. He's here. He's watching this show now.
Martino.
Now, let me just tell you what he did. He bought me, and he bought Az, Heel versus Babyface, the Playmobil Enterprise.
I've seen that on Instagram.
Bruh. Okay, here's the thing. I'm not going to get into the... It's like, I love super deformed shit. I love super deformed Gundams and all that shit. So I don't need a frame. It's made by Playmobil. It's not going to be a frame-accurate Enterprise. So he paid for it. He bought it for me. And I got it this weekend. And I opened the box. Dude. I mean, if I, like, even as a middle-aged man with one foot in the grave, I can't tell you. I opened it up. I just held the secondary hull in my hand. I'm like, oh my God. I felt I was Ghibli. I got Ghibli. So Martino's actually in the chat, and he sends a very generous super chat. But he says that when I come to visit him, he says, we will have to stop in Saarbrücken, Deutschland, kidnap Dieter, and take him to Florence. It's a 9-hour car drive or a 7-hour Lotus drive. Dude, you know what? Let me just say that the Let's Get Physical Media, the Burnettwork, let's call it the Burnettwork, the European Burnettwork Tour, and don't think I've forgotten, is going to happen in the next 365 days. And I'm telling you, don't take it. It's no slight on you. I'm going to see Martino first because I want to see the goddamn cars and I want to see.
Of course.
That. But we're going to come. We're going to find you, and we're going to go to fucking Florence, dude. We're going to go to Tuscany. We're going to ride bikes. We're going to drink wine. We're going to talk about art. We're going to do it. And Martino.
Okay. Yeah.
I actually, the Lotus, I don't think there's 4 seats because we need one for Elizabeth and you and me and Martino. So I don't think we can take the Lotus, but I'm sure he has another car which seats 4. Maybe the Aston Martin V8 that they bring back in No Time to Die from Living Daylights. Maybe he has that car.
Let's see about that. But it will need to hold 4 persons at each.
I know. And you and I are like a person and a half each.
Correct. That will be tough. So Rob, how do we continue? Do you want to go through the super chats already?
Well, we can. There are many.
Okay.
People are firing in now. And the thing is, no one wants me to answer super chats. But by the way, Willow Yang is watching the show. Willow Yang, by the way, as she said to me early on, her name is Willow, which is fine. Willow says, it was funny when you kept on canceling Dieter last week for Dune, but a serious...
We'll get to that in the live chat comments.
A serious question for Dieter. Do you think that someone who has never read the book or watched the old movie will be able to appreciate this new iteration?
Yeah, for sure. It's not, from my perspective, too complicated or something like that. For me, like I said, was actually giving me more appreciation of the old Dune version, because the story was really, strangely enough, similar. You have the same beats from the old one, but I don't think you don't need to see the old one. It's
No, I don't
was not-
either. The old one is
it's
not. It's not that great. I mean,
no.
I love it,
But for
but
me, actually, it gotten a little bit more appreciation after seeing the new one. You know, but just give it a watch, Willow. Make up your mind about Dune. Is it really a masterpiece, like many people will tell you it is? For me, it was not.
wow.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Next
So,
one, Rob? Yeah.
sends in a super chat and says, "Hi." By the way, is my lovely co-host on Midnight Metal on Friday
Saturday.
nights, and she also does
Friday. Okay.
she does the
For me, it's always
PGS.
the next day. Okay.
Yeah, she does the PGS All Stars show. I love. I wish I knew her in high school. We'd probably be the best of friends for life. I mean, we still are now, but she's somebody I wish I knew long ago. So says, "Hi Dieter and Rob. I liked Star Wars Visions. Some episodes reminded me of Fantastic Planet. This is why I love her. Like, we'd probably be married if I knew her in high school. I mean, Fantastic Planet, one of my favorite animated films of all time. Anyway, it's a variety of anime styles and stories. I hope they do more." What do you think, Dieter? Do you think there's going to be a second season of Star Wars Visions?
I hope so, but I guess Disney have to check how it was, how it was clicked. how many
I'm with you.
times.
I'm.
But
I know.
considering the episodes are not that long, I really don't see why there wouldn't be a second season of it. You know,
I know. I hope, because it's cool. I mean, Sex, Death, and Robots got a second season. Why not Star Wars Visions? Bring it on.
Bring it on. Great.
Mala sends in a super chat and says,
Yeah.
Dieter,
Yeah.
a trash pick for you.
Okay.
Get Blood Beach. Do you know Blood Beach?
I think I stumbled across it, but
Okay, Blood Beach
Really?
was
I
a movie that was 80s, early 80s. And it has an ad line that's very funny.
yeah.
It's about a monster in the sand at a beach. And they riffed on the Jaws 2 tagline, which was just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water. And on Blood Beach, they basically said, they riffed on this. They said, just when you thought it was safe to get back in the water, you can't get to it. Because it's Blood
Great.
Beach.
What a great tagline.
I know, and that's not the exact tagline, but it's close.
Yeah.
It's funny. I mean, Blood Beach is I don't think Blood Beach is out on 4K or even on Blu-ray.
No,
I don't think it is.
Don't remember.
So Mala, a good recommendation though, by the way. Our
Okay.
friend Stubble McShave, who, by the way, I mean, my God, they're already replacing an actor in the second season of Wheel of Time. I can only imagine what goes on in Stubble's house. He must, I mean, like, Stubble McShave, for those of you who don't know, is our Swedish friend, member of the Post-Geek Singularity, total imagination connoisseur. No one loves the Wheel of Time more than Stubble McShave. And every time something comes out, I'm like, oh my God, they're replacing an actor for season 2. We haven't even seen season 1. And I'm like, they're already replacing actors. I worry.
So
I'm
this
like,
is not a character who dies, I believe.
no. And I think about, I'm like, I read this stuff and I'm like, I'm shaking my head. Elizabeth's like, what's wrong, Rob? And I'm like, oh my God. I hope Stubble's okay. I hope he's okay. I'm like, I'm telling you, like, my emotional well-being is tied into my favorite Swede. Everyone's like, Terje and Emil Johansson. Emil, I love you too, but your connection to a certain franchise is not as great as Stubble's. So when something comes out, I'm like, dude, I'm like, Elizabeth, I hope Stubble's okay. I hope it's okay. Like, I'm like, it's a fantasy show. They did replace Dario in Game of Thrones. I mean, and that was a huge difference, and people bought it. So I think they can do it in Wheel of Time, but I don't know. I haven't talked to Stubble, but Stubble says, that said,
Yeah.
he says, so according to the latest word, it seems the new Shogun series will be released next year. I'm both excited and terrified. I hope it's as great as the 1980s version. So we're getting Shogun, Sandman, Lord of the Rings, and Wheel of Time as streaming series. Let's hope they're all good. Well, Stubble, you, sir, apparently you're not worried about the casting change, but I would say I believe in you, and I believe in exactly what you said. Shogun, the original miniseries based on James Clavell's novel, is one of my very favorite things I have ever watched in my life. It is available, by the way, on Blu-ray. Thank you, CBS Viacom. I love Shogun. I don't know if it's going to be as good as the original. Yeah. I don't know if it can be. I hope so. I think that our sensibility now will change it and make it. First of all, Toshiro Mifune is in the original Shogun. Toshiro motherfucking Mifune is in that. It's never going to be as good. Just so you know, it's not going to be as good, and but it might be cool. So Dieter, Sandman. We saw the first glimpse yesterday of Sandman. It looks amazing. Lord of the Rings, Wheel of Time. Dieter, do you think that these shows can be good?
Considering I have no knowledge, considering the books for Wheel of Time, but they are all shows that I will check out to see what they hold for me. If they will be as good as we always hope.
That I think that attitude is a great attitude to have. I think all of us should. We should watch these. Look, I am loving Foundation. They might have changed things around. It's beautifully made. Oh my God, it's great.
Awesome. I will check Foundation too.
Justin Toner,
I get it. Yeah.
Our friend Justin says, "Hi, Robin Dieter. Not in the chat today. I'm at a local Comic-Con, but I wanted to let you know I bought One Crazy Summer from Warner Archive. Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid is on its way, and today I put my pre-order in for Flesh for Frankenstein at Vinegar Syndrome. Have you ordered Flesh for Frankenstein, dear?
No, I have no actually ties to that movie.
Should I call George Feltenstein and see if he's going to answer? Let's call him up. Like, why not? Let's see what he has to say about, because, One Crazy Summer, Better Off Dead. I want my $2. Let's call him. I don't know if he might not answer. I mean, I don't know. Might be talking to his dad, because I have no idea. There he is. I'm going to call him right now. Let's see if he answers. I don't know if he will, because maybe he's got some new news. He's been at the studio again. We'll see. We'll see if he answers. He might not. It's Sunday. He's probably doing something better than talking to us.
Mr. Burnett, I assume.
Oh, my God. George, we're live. You're live with...
I didn't think you were going to do this today. I actually went into my home office where I was watching one of your older shows.
Wow. Well, you know what? Somebody talked about Warner Archive in One Crazy Summer. And I'm like, Savage Steve.
Great.
Right? So I figured...
You had to make that happen.
You had to make it happen. So I figured, you know what?
Because of a savage individual.
He is so Savage Steve Holland. Now, I don't really have much to talk to you about. I just figured I wanted to call you and see if you'd pick up, but you did. So,
yeah, I did. I heard the phone ringing. Yeah, I said hello.
So George, I mean, now you become a staple of the show. I need to ask you a question. Now that you're back at a major motion picture studio that still is doing day and date releases, are we going to get HBO Max? Can I buy the Many Saints of Newark on physical media? Will that happen?
I would assume so. I've heard nothing that said that's not going to happen.
Which is
a Warner Brothers picture.
I know, right?
It's opening in theaters and on HBO Max.
I know, which is awesome, which is great. And, you know, we've got Paul Verhoeven's lesbian nun film Benedetta coming out, which excites me to no end because what a great genre that is. And we need more of those movies. Meaning The Devils, of course, people talked about that. But one of the great things is we got the Columbia Pictures Volume 2. It's been a little delayed, but it's a great set. I mean, Columbia Pictures has really delved into their library and given us that first set. We got Lawrence of Arabia in 4K. We got even Jerry Maguire in 4K. Will Warner Brothers follow Columbia's lead and do a similar thing?
To my knowledge, and you know, my area is primarily to oversee the Warner Archive. I have a seat at the table when it comes to how catalog is handled in 4K. And of course, I had no seat at the table at all during my 6 months of exile. So that was kind of not pleasant. But thank goodness they have brought me back to my working home. And I really don't know what's in store for something like that. Personally, for me, as a consumer, I would love to see something like that happen.
Wouldn't that be cool?
I happen to have a little bit of a history with and fondness for box sets that have integrity and great entertainment value to them. But we also have, and no plans are formulated for it yet, but we have a big birthday coming up. So maybe something will happen for that, and I'm not being coy or glib.
No, I understand.
No plans have been formulated. For our 90th anniversary, there was a ridiculous box set, which I can happily say I had nothing to do with, that was celebrating Warner Brothers' 90th birthday. Half the movies in it weren't made by Warner Brothers. We just own them. So I have made very vocal noises about making sure that never happens again. But the person responsible for that is no longer with the company. So, but in terms of the Columbia sets, I thought that was very, very interesting what they did, because initially it seemed like a very strange group of movies.
Yes, it was, but beautiful transfers, man. I mean, I never thought I'd want Gandhi in 4K, but to have it, I'm happy to have it.
And I bet you went out and bought a whole new set of sheets.
Oh, I did.
I mean, 1,000 thread count Egyptian. You just went, it inspired you, right?
Yes, it did.
But that was a very interesting concept, because the films were so disparate, and I said to myself, it would be interesting to see how this performs, because you're going from Mr. Smith Goes to Washington to, Jerry Maguire is?
Yeah. By the way, Jerry Maguire, which has the greatest advice ever to anybody who wants to work in Hollywood, it ain't show friends, it's show business.
Right. But my point is that the fact that they are doing a second volume, all of this is good for all of us who love physical media, and all of us in the industry who support it, and all of us who are consumers of it, of which I am both. And for this second set, the fact that they're including they're taking a little page from my playbook and including cartoons and shorts.
Yep.
Which I'm extraordinarily enthusiastic and supportive of, because I can't stress enough how important it is for studios to not neglect their shorts and cartoons library, which is happily something that our company has not done. We've been very aggressive with that. But I would say that there's definitely possibilities for that in the future, but nothing has been.
I don't mean to put you on the spot, but I would say that I have to say that even the packaging of those I have the first set. It's beautiful. They really did a fine job.
Well, they also have a wonderful benefit that unfortunately we and probably most other studios don't, and that is that Sony Consumer Electronics provided a multi-million-dollar fund for Sony Pictures Home Entertainment to bring things into 4K, and Grover Crisp, who oversees their work there, is, I think, without peer, as one of the best people who oversees restorations, and Columbia's stuff is generally excellent. If you're getting it from Sony themselves, there's some licensed stuff, especially from some little companies, maybe not as good in quality, but anything that comes from Sony Pictures Home Entertainment, I always know that if Grover's behind it, it's going to look gorgeous.
Oh yeah, and I mean, and also to be fair, Sony, the PlayStation 5 has my first Blu-ray player was a PlayStation 3, and I have a.
You're talking my language, because my hope, and I've been saying this for several years, is the fact that the PS5 was going to have a 4K drive inside it.
Dude,
which I guess we found out
come on.
about 2 years ago. I'm pinning a lot of hopes on that. I don't think it will have as dramatic effect on 4K as the PS3 having a Blu-ray drive had for Blu-ray, but even getting 50% of that market penetration would be phenomenal, because we need all the help we can get, because we need to get in front of a lot of faces and a lot of eyeballs of people who don't recognize that the 4K UHD disc is by far the best way for people to get their motion picture entertainment. By far. Streaming is wonderful, and it can come to very impressive heights at the moment. And maybe someday the technology will exist where it can be equaled or almost equaled. Right now I'm very skeptical about that personally. But I also don't know enough about the development of what's possible not on a disc. But right now, and for the oncoming future, the 4K UHD disc is the panacea.
Yep.
And I can't wait to see more things coming out from everyone. And there's some real exciting titles coming in the format from Warner Brothers in the coming year.
Can you give us a little bit of a hint of something? Give us an exclusive.
I'll just say that we're gonna see a few things that are a little older than the usual releases that we've been seeing thus far. I mean, nothing as old as The Wizard of Oz from 1939, but close, in terms of age. And the fact that, again, I was in exile for 6 months, so I didn't have a voice at the table. But the success of other titles from other studios of classic films in 4K help support, because don't forget that a lot of these decisions are made. I mean, I can come to them with a full map of this is what you should put out and this is why. But at the end of the day, there are money people that have to look at P&Ls and have to look at what do you do when there's nothing to compare it to, and you don't know if the people are out there? And it's a chicken or the egg thing, because how many people are going to say, I want to go out and get a 4K player and upgrade my TV, which is hard to believe that no one has upgraded their TV at least yet. But it's a big expense, and a lot of people are hesitant to rebuy. And the more you give them reasons, and we're getting a lot more of those reasons from more companies, I find that extremely heartening. And I heard you talking a little bit. I was late in watching the show. I didn't get to see it from the beginning, but I heard you talking a little bit about Shawshank. And
dude, have you actually watched The Transfer?
Oh, I know. Yes, and the thing is that.
Oh my God, it's unbelievable. It's one of the greatest 4K transfers ever.
I have to heartily agree. I had nothing to do with it, and except to suggest it. I kept getting shot down every time I would suggest it. And someone would say, that's on TV all the time. Nobody's going to buy it. I said, are you kidding? Have you looked to see how many we sell day after day, both digitally and physically? People love this movie. They want to own this movie.
Roger Deakins shot it. I mean, my God.
And Roger Deakins and Frank Darabont were both intimately involved with that transfer. And the mastering was done. The colorist that worked on that is one of the top colorists at Warner Brothers Motion Picture Imaging. And not only did they work off the original negative, but this is the cool part. This is where it really makes a difference. And we did the same thing for The Shining. They used a textless original camera negative for the beginning of the movie with the titles. And the titles were they're the original titles, but the graphics department basically went in and made them as if new, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
They match exactly. But, and the same thing was done on The Shining. So usually with the opening of a film, the camera negative of the title sequence, when you're working with film, and not digitally, is optical, and you're looking at dupe.
It's soft.
You know?
It's soft.
Your movie starts off right away not looking good, then as soon as you get out of the credits, it looks good. Well, Shawshank and Shining are examples of going back to the original textless camera negative and putting in the titles freshly. And the results are it is a stunning disc, and I'm so proud of my colleagues for the work they did on that.
Dude, it's so good. It's so good.
And it just gets better with age, like a good wine. It's such a fantastic film. And it's hard to believe that it was basically overlooked when it was originally released.
Oh, crazy.
We don't think of that now, but that was the truth.
Well, George, listen, I don't want to take up all your time. I think I didn't even know if you'd pick up the phone, because I'm like, he's probably talking to his dad. You never know.
It's not that time yet, but it will be soon.
Well, I want to thank you for picking up the phone, and I don't want to have you spill the beans or get in trouble, but I want to say that
there's no bean spilling to do, because frankly, in terms of your initial inquiry, about a box collection and the anniversary and all that stuff. I mean, everything is in formative stages and nothing has been discussed and everything. But what I can say in a selfless, shameless self-plug is we're really putting the finishing touches for an awesome 2022 for Warner Archive. And just this October alone, we've got 9 releases new to Blu-ray, and November's going to kick. I look at these things when they come out of the oven, and they send me files, and I burn the discs and look at them when they're in their formative stages. And I just looked at an amazing 3-color Technicolor nitrate film from the late 1940s, not a musical, but a beloved film. And I was just looking at how gorgeous the colors are, and we've been really getting some thumbs up and high marks. Right now we're getting it for The Naked Spur with Jimmy Stewart, which just looks amazing. And wonderful Anthony Mann Western. But this that I just looked at is going to knock people's socks off probably, I guess, early next year. And I am so glad to be back, and I'm so glad to be joining you and Dieter. And I'm really, really glad you called. I didn't expect it. I really didn't.
Well, George, I just want to know, I mean, I'm just really happy you're back at Warner Archives, because I know that you're going to make possible my dream of 1965's Wild, Wild Planet, a Franco-Italian co-production. And I would ask everyone to go to YouTube right now and watch the trailer to Wild, Wild Planet. And already Warner Archive has released it on DVD.
And that was indeed my handiwork, and that was when we were doing very minimalist masters, because we could only afford to do masters for DVD. We didn't do our first Blu-ray until 2012 at the end of the year.
Well,
and,
I mean, you're the man behind Don't Be Afraid of the Dark, and lest we forget, perhaps the greatest Warner Archive title of all time, The Bermuda Depths. Come on, man. You did it.
The original negative.
I mean, you know what?
4K scan off the original negative.
I believe I have the Green Slime on Blu-ray. I have the Bermuda Depths on Blu-ray. And only you, my friend, can make my dream of Wild, Wild Planet in HD a reality.
Well, I can't rule it out of the realm of possibility.
I mean, you know what? If I need to start a Twitter campaign to pre-order it, we'll do it. Come on.
Okay.
George.
I'm not saying okay to the disc. I'm saying we could try to raise interest. There was the Green Slime was a huge seller for us.
Yeah.
Both the DVD and the Blu-ray. And it has an awesome soundtrack, as you know. And it's part of that whole group of films. But Wild Wild Planet is a bit of a harder sell, I am sad to say.
Bruh, you can do it. Come on, George. Work your magic.
Bought it was Snow Devils. Snow Devils was just too much for them to take.
Well, listen, I want to thank you for being on the show yet again, and thank you for picking up and letting me bother you on a Sunday morning, or a Sunday now afternoon. George Feltenstein, you're the man, and thank God you are back in Hollywood, where you by the way, never retire, never leave, never go. If Cry Macho can be made by a 91-year-old actor-director, you've got at least decades in front of you, and we need you, sir. We need you.
I would love to see that. That's my true heartfelt wish and desire. I have so much that I want to accomplish. So,
and we want to buy all of it.
Calling me.
Well, George, I mean, my God, thank you so much, sir. Thank you for your friendship. And by the way, let's give one more shout out to Douglas Pratt, who wrote me, the man behind the Laserdisc DVD newsletter. He reached out when you were talking about him on the show. He reached out to me. So, Douglas Pratt, thank you for being you, and thank you, George, for being you, because, my God, there is now a 40-year-plus rich history of physical media, which, Dieter, would you not say we have to continue? I mean, George can't hear you say it because you're in my headphones, but
of course.
He says, of course, always, yes. So, George, I will let you go. Thank you for picking up the phone.
My pleasure.
I'll probably call you next week.
I'll look forward to it.
All right. Say hi to your dad for me.
I certainly will do so, and thank you to everybody who's been really. I've gotten some wonderful correspondence and supportive little missives that have welcomed me back into the fold, and you can't know how grateful and happy I am to be bringing everybody what they want on physical media.
Dude, you're like the year-round Santa Claus when it comes to physical media. You're the man that brings us the wonders that we talk about every week. And thank God you're back where you're supposed to be.
Thank you, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. And thank you to the support of all your audience in the Burnettwork.
Oh my God! Well, thank you. Wow, I'm gonna clip that out and make a promo out of that. Thank you, sir, George. George, so good to have you. Thank you so much. Say hi to your dad for me, for all of us. Tell them all the post-geek singularity, all of us imagination connoisseurs are just happy your dad made you, at least half made you. Thank God you're still here.
Thanks so much. Take care.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye.
Come on, man. I know Dieter's like, we got to call George. Like, I don't know if he's going to pick up. By the way, I don't call him in advance. I don't know if he's going to pick up. He'd be like, I'm not going to call those fucking guys. What if he didn't pick up? It would make me, I've called him twice and he picks up. It makes me look like I'm a fucking Hollywood baller, dude. I know executives everywhere. Not really.
That's always good.
So where were we? Where were we, Dieter?
Where were we exactly?
Where were we? Come on now.
Let us super chats.
And now back. Oh yes, we have Justin Toner was our last super chat. Willow.
Justin Toner.
Willow Yang sends in another. By the way, you know what? I have to say that of all the people, the Funkalicious Zephyr Chan comes on this channel, and she's delightful. I've only seen Willow very fleetingly once in my life, and she was so cute as a button. I really would, if we could take up a collection, if I could get Willow to come on the show for like an hour.
Kickstarter campaign, Rob.
I know, right? I mean, I'm a huge Willow Yang fan. She has such a keen mind, and I would love to have her on the show. Willow sends in a tip. By the way, Willow, you send in tips every single day. She's like the most consistent. I'm like, stop sending in tips. No, don't do that. But come on the show. I'll give you your own show. I know she's like probably like, oh my God, no, I don't want that. But I would just love it. Maybe come on the show with us for a couple minutes, just for some. Anyway, Willow says, it was funny when you kept on canceling Dieter last week for Dune. But a
get to that, Willow, in the live chat.
But a serious question for Dieter. Do you think that someone who has never read the book or watched the old... Oh, we already said that.
We have that.
We did that.
Yeah.
Shit, I gave out all that I was too... Well, what'd you say?
Everybody, make up your own mind.
Okay. Dune. By the way, you know what? Willow deserved that preamble. She deserved me to say that because I didn't say it before. So,
yeah. And Terje, Tiberius Morg, in the chat said, support for my German, Dune was not a masterpiece. Terje.
As you would say, God damn it.
God damn it.
Unbelievable. All right.
Doesn't mean it's a bad movie. Just not. We were hyped for a masterpiece, Rob.
200-watt studio.
Yeah. 200-watt studio.
Okay.
Yeah, it is on Black Widow.
He says Moonraker is more plausible than James Bond's brother being Blofeld. The Bond family is responsible for all the world's terrorism. Verisimilitude. Ugh. Look, I'm with you. I love Moonraker. I hated Spectre. I thought all that was so stupid. And by the way, what was Blofeld doing? He's got a desert base with hundreds of people working. Where do they stay? Do they all have to walk out to the train and get on a train and go into? Where do they live?
It looked more like an oil refinery.
Dude, and one bullet takes it out. Terrible.
Yeah, but after I watched it yesterday again, he shoots a tank that goes up in flames, and then later it looks like more of a chain reaction that comes through it.
Dude,
So.
it's so stupid. I can't. I hate it. I hated Spectre.
Yeah.
It's just not good. Terrier. By the way, you can see interview Terrier on the Post-Geek Singularity All-Stars, which just dropped on the Burnettwork. So if you want to know what my favorite Norwegian looks like, you can go and watch it now on the Burnettwork. Terrier says, I can confirm that the roads aren't free of cars, even in rural, boring Calfield, Norway. Small town place. Also, 5 days until No Time to Die. Friday, 10:30 a.m. Fuck all you Europeans. You know what?
Finally, we get something earlier than you.
If World War II is on today, I'm like, we're only going to join if we get day and date releases of Dune and No Time to Die. Come on now. Why is it that we don't get Dune till the 22nd of October?
That's
we rescued your motherfucking asses. Come on, man.
You know, you're free of all that social media nonsense beforehand. You know, no press release, no burp. How it always should be. Going fresh, blind. You know. Great. 1 week is nothing, Rob, considering No Time to Die. Dune is an extreme example, considering. I was always expecting that will be delaying it here too. But there was, no. It's in theaters here.
Martino is on next on the list. Martino Simoni, we already dealt with his chat, and I have to say Martino, I mean, he also has the Playmobil Enterprise, and he teased us. He got it before we did. I don't think Az has his, but
this is completely new or old Playmobil?
No, this is completely new. So for those of you who don't know, Playmobil released a 42-inch classic Enterprise. God bless them. With figures and electronics, and it even has an AR phone feature where you can use your phone and power up the warp drive if you want. And it's amazing. Now, it is kind of deformed. It's not canonically accurate, but it's a toy for kids.
Yeah.
Or not with that price point.
Didn't
but
even know that Playmobil made something like this.
Well, I'll tell you something. My friend Mike Schertz, that I've directed Let's Get Physical. I've done a Crisis Medicine for.
Crisis Medical.
It could be Let's Get Crisis Medicine. No. So I've done that. When he was a kid, when we were in high school, or actually junior high, he bought himself a very expensive Playmobil pirate ship that he loved. And we're like, 13, 14. And I was like, this is for little kids. But it was pretty badass. It was pretty cool. He still has it, by the way, 40 years later. And so Playmobil made this classic Starship Enterprise. By the way, I love the fact that it wasn't the Discovery they're making. They're making the classic Starship Enterprise. It's actually quite amazing. Like, you can press the button where it has the warp drive, and the Bussard, the nacelles go faster and faster and faster, and goes and it's amazing. It's amazing.
Great.
So Martino obviously said we're going to stop and pick you up. 200 Watt Studio says, do any of the Black Widow discs come with a better script?
No. It's the same story.
God damn it. 200 Watt Studio says, Rob, did they fix the color correction on Star Trek The Motion Picture? To a certain extent, I think the Star Trek The Motion Picture Blu-ray looks terrific. I might have spoken to somebody I know who might be working perhaps on the restoration, that they still have, they can still, because they have to match effects, so they have access to color correction and things like that. But, yeah. I can't say anything more than that.
So, Rob, have you checked the motion picture from
Yeah,
The look
it's
of it. Is it as terrible as you was expecting, or is it better?
no,
than
it
you
looks infinitely better than the 2009, the last box set. It's way better. It's not
Okay.
perfect.
There you go.
It's not perfect, but it's way better. It's way better. I mean, for the most part, I think the look, the problem with the Star Trek films is after the motion picture, they were made by the TV department of Paramount. So they're not as cinematic, and even like Star Trek 4, ILM, we got their like B team or C team, but it's still they look great. They do. The motion picture is a very difficult proposition on home video. Because it was done so quickly, and the grain patterns, every shot has a different grain structure. It's a really hard movie to master correctly. Hopefully, because they have more, like Paramount Plus is sparing no expense doing the director's edition restoration, that we're going to get one of the great Star Trek home video releases of all time. So that's cool. I hope. Adam, this is a new name. Adam Frascona, I hope I got that right, Frascona, says, will Star Trek ever officially bring William Shatner back into this canon Star Trek verse if he wants, or at least for Star Trek Day? No. The answer I would say is no. I mean, William Shatner is a man that he's 90 years old. And if you want to, the fact that he wasn't at Star Trek Day, the fact that you didn't make him the center of Star Trek Day, the fact that, you know what, they probably said, they're like, hey, Bill, can you show up for Star Trek Day? And he's like, how much are you going to pay me? Well, we don't have a budget and all that. Shatner's got daughters to feed. He's got kids. It's like, if you're gonna have a Star Trek Day, and by the way, William Shatner lives about 20 minutes away from Paramount. Lives. The fact that he wasn't there, fuck you, Paramount. The guy, I mean, give me a fucking break. He had a movie with Gene Smart this year. You know what? If it cost you $1 million to get Star Trek to come out for Star Trek Day, pay him. But this is Star Trek now. This is what Paramount does. Everybody that's involved with modern Star Trek, they're like, we don't need William Shatner. We don't want William Shatner. All we want as viewers, make good Star Trek. Make good Star Trek. I don't think... look, I will wait to judge Strange New Worlds, but Akiva Goldsman, writing and directing it, the man who gave us Batman and Robin and Lost in Space, you're making Star Trek? You know what? Take your Academy Award, put it in a vault, never speak of it again, make something great. If you can make Star Trek great, awesome. But William Shatner was not at Star Trek Day. And he's 90 years old and still alive. My God, pay the man. Shatner is going to space, Dieter. It was announced. I heard about Jeff Bezos. By the way, Jeff Bezos bought the model of the refit Enterprise from Star Trek the Motion Picture. It is in the lobby of his space company, Blue Origin. So for the man who founded Amazon to take William Shatner to space, and by the way, can I just say it again? If you do not make William Shatner the captain of the mission he goes on, you're not doing the Lord's work. William Shatner must be the captain of the mission that you send up in space. Captain
all comes down to
William Shatner. Come on now. Yeah, it all comes on to Jeff. So, Dieter, are we done? No, we're not done. We got more.
Super chats. Are you through with super chats?
Well, no. Terrier says, William Shatner also lives in my heart. Forever.
Okay. We're done with the super chats?
Yeah.
Okay. Do I show some, I would say I show some physical media stuff.
Dude, Trash Panda, the floor is yours.
Okay. From Denmark, an older movie. I don't know. Perhaps I bought it already. In China essen sie Hunde. In China they eat dogs. A really cult movie from Denmark. And I don't know if I have it, but a worker colleague asked me about it, and I thought, no, I buy it even if I don't know if I have it already. Because it's, I think, only available in Germany on Blu-ray.
Wow.
In China, they eat dogs. In China, essen sie Hunde. Great cult movie from Denmark. We come to Shudder, Rob. Shudder always great that they release stuff on Blu-ray, even if they have their own streaming service.
God bless them.
Don't know about it. Cat in the Back, Terrified. And it looks cool. Strong horror, bloody images, and language is the rating from the BBFC. Cat in the Back. The other one I watched this afternoon. Really nice movie. It's certified fresh, Rob. Boys from County Hell. This is the American Blu-ray.
Well.
And it comes with filmmaker commentary, the short film, which the movie is based on. And then it's a nice vampire tale with some nuts to American Werewolf in London, I would say. Really, really nice movie. Boys from County Hell. The next one up, I don't know if that French movie started the renaissance of video nasties, but it was at the forefront of the stuff like High Tension, and you know it, Rob. Inside as a media book.
Oh, what? Okay, dude. Is that in? Does that have English subtitles?
No, Rob.
God.
From the cover specs, not, Rob. From the cover specs, not.
Okay, that was co-directed. That movie was co-directed, and I met. First of all, I love this movie. I love this movie so much. And when I was at Sigis, I want to say 2009 with The Hills Run Red, I met, maybe it was 2011, I met the directors of Inside, and they were bouncing off the walls, and I told them, I said, oh my God. Inside, by the way, the American remake is garbage. Inside is one of my favorite horror films of the last 20 years. I love it so very much. And you know what, Dieter? I wanted the American remake to star Angelina Jolie and Jennifer Aniston.
I don't know if they would be up for it.
No, they wouldn't, and no one would have paid for it. But if I had done that, people think I'm a middling figure in Hollywood, but my genius would have been cemented. And I think that, my God, I love what a great media book. Have you seen the movie yet?
Of course, Rob, but not this version.
Dude,
not this version.
How great is that movie?
Punch to the stomach, I believe.
Here's
French.
my
give it up for the French people and their horror
oh
renaissance.
man, my favorite French, at least French language double bill, is the original Martyrs and Inside. And you watch Martyrs.
What a double bill, Rob. What a double bill.
Because what you watch Martyrs, and then you want to put a knife in your face, and then you watch Inside, and you get the cathartic release that Martyrs doesn't give you. Because Martyrs, while I think Martyrs is a masterpiece, but it also makes you. I mean, it is the most. Martyrs might be the most nihilistic movie I've ever seen in my life. It's really about the end of the world, but it's fucking so good.
Good. So good. Correct. Go in blind, people. Go in blind.
Yeah, don't read anything about Martyrs. Just watch it. Don't watch the goddamn. If you people watch the American remix of this, don't even talk to me. Don't even watch his channel. No. By the way, Terrier says, Terrier says, if you knuckleheads haven't seen Riders of Justice with Mads Mikkelsen, make some time tomorrow. Amazing. I mean,
Terrier, where were you last week? Where were you last week?
Probably
when
watching
we had
Dune.
That movie on the show. Well, we had that movie on the show, and I said it's the movie of the year, Terrier. Movie of the year. Riders of Justice. It was already on the show. Come on. Unbelievable.
Hey, some people are watching Dune because they can. We can't, but you can.
Yeah. And I really wanted to see it the second time, Rob, but after I've seen it, no. No. The next one, Rob, is in your package, but I forgot I ordered one extra, and on Midnight Metal, I cleared it with your friend Dave. So Dave will get the Avengement 4K Media Book 2. So let's put it up there. Dave, this will get to you, but with the next package.
Wait.
all
Can you
the-
do me a favor?
the
Can you do me a favor and show it? Just hold it up again. Just hold it. No, with Dave's with the tag. Yeah, and I'm gonna take a frame grab. Yeah, hold that up. That's good. Now, smile or point to it. Give me like some enthusiasm. Yeah, okay. That's it. Awesome. Thank you, sir. I'm gonna send that to Dave now.
Yeah, and yours you will get with your package with Emmanuel. Will be in it. It comes with the. And Dave has a nice limited number, 199 out of 400.
Wow.
Okay. The next one, Rob, I've already glanced and see you have it too. So we can do it both, but I will show the other one. I will show the Steelbook. The 4K Steelbook of...
Well,
The
okay.
thing.
Yeah, and how great is that? I didn't get that one.
Yeah.
I showed my
Yeah,
thing.
you got your special edition for this week.
Yeah, so my special, yes, I was saving it. So this is, I mean, come on. But by the way, have you watched the thing?
No, not...
Dude,
it got to me yesterday.
It's fucking incredible. So I
But
got
the Blu-rays were the new Blu-rays were already great too, Rob, and you say it's still
dude. So what's really interesting about this is Studio Canal released, and I love Studio Canals. I'm obsessed. If it wasn't for the lovely Emma Bannon, there are some of these releases I couldn't get. So Studio Canal released these box sets of John Carpenter's films. This is not Studio Canal. This is Universal. And they made this box set look
like the Studio Canal.
And first of all, I don't know who. This is why I still have faith in humanity. I don't know who decided to do this.
Yeah,
but whoever,
perhaps it's like a George situation. Someone got fired, but not hired by the same people, and switched over to Universal.
Yeah, I mean, this is a George Felton. He would have done this if he was working for. So, for those of you who don't know, Studio Canal released 4 John Carpenter box sets. They released The Fog, Escape from New York, Prince of Darkness, and They Live. Yeah. And they put them in these boxes with these fonts. Even the. And it was Studio Canal out of France. Yeah. They did this. And if you open it up, you get a booklet, which, by the way, a great booklet. You also, if you open this up, you get the soundtrack. Yeah. And I
think the 2011 movie too.
Yep. And there's a poster and there's
lobby cards.
Lobby cards. And check this out, dude. Look at this.
Yeah, awesome. Rob, I pre-ordered this set too, but still Amazon has not shipped it, and I got the feeling I will be getting shortly an email. Sorry, dude, not for you.
Dude, they fucked you. I'm telling you. But I have to say, I got this from Zavvi.
Yeah.
I got this from Zavvi, and you know what? I mean, in the beginning, people are like, well, Zavvi doesn't ship their stuff well or whatever. I have to say,
okay,
Zavvi has been very, very good to me. So I have to say that this box set is, thank God I have this. It's the 5th Carpenter box set, and I'm like, you know what? Why stop there? Why not every John Carpenter film? I want the 4-disc set of every, because I love John. Where's Assault on Precinct 13?
Especially you would need In the Mouth of Madness, considering your Cyclops book.
Bruh, come on. Who wouldn't want that?
That would be a nice combination to have those two.
In the Mouth of Madness? I mean, I love that movie. And by the way, this is a chance to plug our friend Swag Props. Look at this. Look at this.
New York bestseller.
Dude. So for those of you who don't know, our friend Cal, Swag Props, I don't know why he started doing this, but he is a mad genius, and he creates fake paper books, maps, whatever. He made this. In the Mouth of Madness. This looks like a real book. I mean, and he sent me this is his one of 2 artist proofs. I love Swak Props. Go to his Etsy store, S''WAK, second word props, PROPS. He makes the Henry Jones Grail Diary from Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Now, admittedly, it's a small market. But if you want to give a film fan friend of yours an amazing
Something
gift,
special.
my God, does Swak Props do it up right? And you know what? I'm since I have it at arm's length, I'm gonna bring this out one more time because it never gets old. It never gets old. So hang on. So one of the things Swak Props makes that is amazing is the map that Bilbo Baggins had to the Misty Mountains.
Misty Mountains.
Dude. Wait, hang on. Let me go full frame on this. I'm gonna go. Look at this. Look at this. So this is it is so unbelievable how great this is. I mean, it looks like it's a real ancient map from Middle Earth. Now, if you don't think this is already awesome, let me just show you how awesome this really is. So he sent me this like a blacklight pen. The runes are on this map. They're visible. I don't even know how he does it. I mean, Swak Props, the man is, he is a real life Gandalf. And I don't know how he does it. But dude, I mean, I look at this every time, I like, it's just, it's, I mean, you can't, it's the runes. You can, how do you do, I don't even know how he did, how do you do that? I don't know. I've worked in the art department. Anyway, go to Swak Props Etsy store. He doesn't pay me anything. He just sends me his cool shit. The guy's a mad genius. I don't know. If you want a paper product, I mean, by the way, I feel like I need to get this like framed. How cool is this? And by the way, this is the Lord of the Rings version. Everything he makes is amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. Just saying. So where were you, Dieter? Sorry.
We were at showing The Thing. As a special edition. I shown the Steelbook, and I've got 4 more titles to show.
Show us, buddy. Show us.
Okay. Let me just pick the last one here from the back. It's comes with a T-shirt, which I didn't know ahead of time. It's the French movie La Haine.
The Hate.
The Hate as a 4K. Edition from Koch Films, Rob. This comes from your studio Koch Films, which will put out Dune. So there's a T-shirt in it. Of course, it's too small for me. Only comes in large. And there's the Digi.
Criterion put that out. It's a great movie. Wow, look at that.
So
how come the Germans make the French movies? Why isn't Koch Films like doing stuff like Wings of Desire? Where's the Wings of Desire 4K, dude? Where's this Far Away So Close? Why no love for Wim Wenders, your homegrown filmmaker?
I have no idea.
Can I get a Wings of Desire 4K? Look at that.
I don't know. I have no connections to do.
Well, you know what? Enough of working on automobiles. I mean, I think you really need to get into physical media. You got to call Koch Films and be like, bruh, my buddy in America really wants Wings of Desire in 4K. Can you make that happen?
A complete Wim Wenders set, probably.
Well, that would be good, but I just want,
Stickers.
I want Wings of Desire. And, dude, Far Away So Close is not even on Blu-ray, the sequel. I want the 4K version. They should do it. What's their number? Is there a number on there? I'm going to call them up.
Unfortunately, I don't know if they have a number, but they have a website, where you can order Dune,
you've ordered 5 copies of Dune, right? 5 copies of Dune.
They bring out, I believe, 3 or 4 different versions of Dune. Your big set, and then I believe.
Hey, wait a minute. Dave
3
Parker
others.
sent me a message 4 minutes ago. Hang on. Let me just see what he has to say. He said, once again, really a great show last night. For those of you who don't know, we had Adam Green on, and Dieter, I have to say your letter was amazing. Thank you.
Thank you, Rob. Thank you.
Yeah.
I've seen that Adam will be coming on the show, and I thought, wait, I have to send a letter immediately.
You know, what a
I can
terrific
get it
guy
to him.
he is. I have to say, what a really nice guy, very talented guy. I mean, I have Frozen on Blu-ray. Love that movie, and what a fun time that was.
And even Europe as a not a sitcom aficionado probably would love Holliston.
I've seen one episode of Holliston, and I liked it. So
For me, one of the greatest was with his friend Kane Hodder, and every time he mentioned Freddy versus Jason, which Kane Hodder didn't play Jason.
I know.
Kane goes a little bit berserk in it. It was fun. It was totally fun. So Lahane from Koch Films, Rob, and I've got 2 from 88 Films, and really nice packaging, Rob. A little bit error type. I've got Hong Kong stuff, Rob. Robotics.
What a fucking great box that is. Look at that.
And it comes with a reversible cover, so you have the original cover of the movie, and it comes with a really thick book
That's what she
of
said.
the movie. Okay.
That's amazing. Wow.
It probably 80 pages. Yes, 80 pages booklet.
It's not
And then you have,
88
of course,
pages?
That would be more fitting considering the label.
Just
And you've
asking.
that would be even more fitting if you have 88 pages. And you've got, of course, the 2 cover artworks as poster
Yeah.
motives. So this is the first one from 88 that I got. And the next one, Rob, you probably have 2, because we all should have this movie. It's another prison movie, like Shawshank, but a little bit of a different kind.
Terminal Island.
Always, no, Rob. More in the perhaps greatest trash movie of all time factor. It's from Hong Kong too. Oh, you know it. Story.
Oh, I have that on DVD. Come on, man. That movie rules.
Ricky O. You only have it on DVD. Come
I
on,
know.
Rob.
I
It's
know.
time to upgrade.
Well,
you
I
have
will
the-
upgrade now that 88 Films is doing it. I mean, 88
you have,
Films did.
The reversible cover again. It comes with a booklet too, not as thick as Robotics. Caged Fury, Rob. You know.
Wow.
And considering all the Me Too talk, we have a woman playing a male character actually in it.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean, I know. That's a very woke set you have there.
And inside we have more cards, and like with the 2-sided poster with the 2 poster motives. And Story of Ricky always forget how great the movie is, Rob. And then I started watching it, and I'm always getting a kick out of it. And this is probably not the first edition I bought of it. It's really not for everyone's taste, but if you like,
You gotta get Rick. I mean, Riccio is a classic. Come on,
Riccio is
a gore classic too.
a gore classic, correct? And what's great, Rob, like I told you, even if it's UK releases, they put the category 3 logo,
But look,
on the back.
but
of
look at how
this
great
logo.
that packaging. 88 Films rules. I mean, they put out the Super Inframan. They put out Two Moon Junction. God bless them. I mean, you know what? This show is all about celebrating the smaller labels. 88 Films has been doing the God's work for a very long time. So
I think the transfer from Ricky O was done a little while ago, because I think the Hong Kong Blu-ray, and I was really surprised how good it looks. So I'm just guessing, Rob, it is the same one, because
oh my God.
because Fortune Star is licensed here
Yeah.
on the back. So I just guess it's the same transfer. And the last physical media for this week. I know you have your La Lisa. No, Rob.
La
I have
Lisa,
no
are you
medal.
talking about? Come on, are you? You can't just say La Lisa. You must represent. Blackpink is in your area. Come on now.
Yeah, but I'm sticking with my metal queen for almost over 40 years now. I've got Doro, Warlock, Triumph, and Agony live, and there's a great new documentary on YouTube, which is just called Doro, the Queen of Metal. It comes with English subtitles. Who's interested more in her backstory, how she gotten around in this really domain of men making this kind of music for almost 40 years now. For me, she's a companion for all these years. Warlock was one of my first bands that I started listening to metal, and for me, it's just great. She's still with us, still on stage. She's really married to music. So this is a nice digi,
That's a beautiful. That's a beautiful set, man.
and it comes with a booklet and even with the lyrics, even if it is a live recording of the famous Triumph and Agony album from 1987. Okay, and but I don't know if you can watch the doku Doro, the Queen of Metal, on YouTube. If it's a region, if it's geo-blocked in some.
Yeah, I don't know.
That I know. But it comes with English subtitles. This is a YouTube recommendation for me. If you want a little bit more about Doro, it's an hour long, really nice one with old stuff in it. This was my last physical media.
What a cool package that is, by the way.
Yeah,
Very cool.
and I even wanted to put out as a special edition. I have this album back from '87 in a huge packaging, the album, and I went to my cellar, Rob, and it's actually damaged. I couldn't show it anymore, unfortunately. It didn't survive his stay in my cellar really good, and it was. I don't know if it's still in the Guinness Book World of Records. It's the biggest presentation of a vinyl LP.
Wow.
I don't know if it still holds that record, but at some point it was.
And yours is destroyed.
Fortunately, yes, Rob. I really was planning to show it this week, and I got in my cell and thought, oh no. And I don't have the picture disc in it anymore.
That is decidedly, that gets a silver sphere.
Yeah. I
Sorry
shouldn't
about that.
have taken more care of it, but what can I do? Rob?
God damn
Okay.
it.
You have you have some stuff, or I will
Nope.
go into the live chats at the end
Nope.
of our show.
Yeah, I mean, I've got my, I keep, the last action figure I got was this Cyclops figure, and he keeps falling over, but I do love this figure. I love, this is a sideshow figure, and, I just love the 90s Jim Lee X-Men, and this is Cyclops, and boy, I love this. Just saying, so you can say what you want. This is not physical media, but I do love this figure, just so you know.
Great. So, Rob, previously on Let's Get Physical Media.
Previously on Let's Get Physical Media.
Previously is normally it's the start of our show, but let's close it probably with this one. Bill Barclay said last week, I guess Dieter will pre-order the yet non-existent Blu-ray of Tango Shalom. Well, Bill, I have some connections to someone.
I
won't even have to pay for it. If I will get it, I don't know, Bill.
Can I just say about
We'll see
this?
about it.
There is not going to be a Blu-ray or a 4K of Tango Shalom right now. Only a DVD.
DVD, Rob. Like with Trouble with Being Born. Really? Not even a Blu-ray, Rob. But we all know DVD is still the best seller.
I know, and that is, we have a low-budget indie distributor. That doesn't mean that, like, they wanted me to do some, like, 15-minute special features.
Yeah.
I mean, I've made a documentary for the Blu-ray in 4K. 4K, an hour-long documentary on the making of Tango Shalom. So, hopefully we'll see that. But I will say this. You will be seeing Tango Shalom. It's opening in Russia. All around. If you are from a Cyrillic alphabet country, you will be seeing Tango Shalom soon.
And this is the same distributor that bought it for distributing in America?
Yes. They
Okay.
do not make physical media. They only do MOD, which is manufacture on demand, DVDs.
Yep.
And which is unfortunate, but I'm hoping that we can get a Blu-ray or 4K release, and I am working to that end to do that. So we'll see. I'll tell you all about it if it happens. But right now, and I will say this, beautiful packaging. They did a really good job on the packaging,
Okay.
but it's only
Nice.
DVD.
Wow. Got them. The lovely Emma Bannon. I do make the point that Hurricane don't rock, they blow. Okay.
Wow.
One unbelievable. Okay.
Emma, the lovely Emma Bannon is quite the
she-
witty raconteur or witty. Go ahead.
She comes back with another one. Last week we joked a little about a bit to be on a cameo, and she said they should only go on cameo if they promise to sing "Word Up." And no, Emma. probably-
Cameo, that's not one of her better jokes. Although it is kind of funny because a lot of people wouldn't get it.
And then you have to help me out, Rob. Our Willow Yang said, I'd rather Rob and Dieter start at OnlyFans. What is OnlyFans, Rob?
Oh, Dieter, I don't know anything about OnlyFans. I
Is it the
couldn't-
same as Cameo?
I
or
couldn't
I
tell
have
you.
no-
I know nothing about OnlyFans.
Those kids.
Just like I know nothing about Chatterbait. I don't know anything about any of that. Like, I don't know what OnlyFans is. Nothing.
Willow said, I'd rather Rob and Dieter start at OnlyFans instead of
Well,
Cameo. Okay.
I mean, what would be funny is we'd have to do our show topless, and I don't know if anyone would watch it.
No. But if you want to see boobs, okay. You can
I
provide
mean,
that.
I know. I mean, I would be like, tweaking my nipples if I was on OnlyFans, going, "Oh my God, that 4K transfer is amazing." Oh God. Oh, the Matrix Reloaded. Oh my God, that car chase scene. Fantastic.
Fantastic. Joe Dick, he just likes to mention it
Yes.
to brag to those of us who haven't seen it. And Joe, of course, talks about Dune. Of course, Joe, I like to brag about having seen Dune. Okay? And then, the lovely Emma Bannon virus about her humor stuff is rubbing off. Thus, Scipio said, I have no time to watch, no time to die. Thus, like Scotty said, in Generations, if something's important, you make the time. Okay? So, wait. Maybe that's why, Joe Dick again, maybe that's why Dieter didn't like Dune. It didn't suck enough for the Kaiser of Crap. And then, Rob, I've all pre-ordered 5 of the Dune set. Adam Steins in the live chat. Yo, D! Still trying to get your email, brother. Come on. Reach out to Arun or Rob. Or there's even a comment section. I don't know if you know that. You can always get to me. People did manage to do that, Adam. Because he wants that Dune set too, Rob.
He's slow on the uptake, but Adam, I hope you get it.
Danzig, 1979 said, Mason, my son, deliberately avoids trailers, likes to go in completely blind to a film. Danzig, to your son, that's how you should do it. We know Rob can do that. He has to be in a John Campia show, talk about
I
have you seen the
know.
trailers? Have you
Yes,
seen the
it's part of the
trailer?
job.
Okay.
Part of the job.
Part of the job, correct. Oma 94. I thought Shang-Chi was very overhyped, even though I liked it. Correct, Omar, correct. Chris Gore said it best. Victor said that. Taco Bell of martial arts movies, like my suggestion, was the cheeseburger, but unfortunately, you ate the pickle immediately, okay? Chris Stenftennagel, the name I really dug, could be more German. Stenftennagel. Rob is doing his best to cancel Dieter in this episode. And even Joe Dick said, Dieter is setting a record for being cancelled, uncancelled, cancelled again. Okay. That's what you get. When
I still love you,
trash.
Dietz. Dietz, you're my favorite German.
This is what you get when you trash a so-called masterpiece from a lot of people. Okay. The lovely Emma Bannon, Shang-Chi was a lot of fun. Okay. And Griffin, but we already answered that. Rob, did you ever get a hold of the original four Star Trek films 4K box set? He showed it. He has it. Griffin has gotten it.
I have it.
Willow Yang said, Dieter doesn't like pickles. No, Willow. The other way around. The pickle is the best thing about the cheeseburger, but considering Shang-Chi, the pickle was in front of it. Okay? You wanted to savor the pickle for the last moment.
What's with the pickles?
And then, Rob, my boss had nothing
Patrick?
better to do to be in the live chat and said, Dieter looks like he has a lot of cheeseburgers. That's what I get from my boss.
Wow. I think we should plug Patrick's YouTube channel. So Patrick, your boss, does Hot Toys reviews, and I have to say, I don't speak the language, but he keeps upping the ante. His Hot Toys reviews are pretty great. So if anybody wants to watch a very humorous German that you can't understand unless you speak German, what YouTube channel should they go to?
It's called, in English, it would be called Patrick's Living Room, but you have the German wording for living, use the German wording for living room, which is Wohnzimmer, Wohncimmer. It's the German wording for
I noticed that Mia, the star of the family, is in some of his videos. Is she driving a hard bargain? Like, why haven't we seen The Secret Exchange 3? I mean, I thought it was an agent, like she was agenting you, and they wanted more money after the Scarlett Johansson Disney deal. I mean, come on, man.
Correct. I have nothing to do with production. I can only say when will we do it, but it's up to those two.
Because I want to put all three of those movies on Blu-ray. We have to make a Post-Geek Singularity.
Yeah.
Our first Blu-ray will be the Secret Exchange trilogy.
We did shut the beginning, but the more difficult stuff is still to do. Still have to do. And
as I would say, God damn it! That's what I would say.
God damn it! And Joe Dick answered to my boss Patrick, he's not going to get that six-pack eating greasy cheeseburgers. Well, Joe Dick, you don't need to eat cheeseburgers. There's a lot of other food that will do the job.
Schnitzel.
Okay. And then, really strangely, Willow Yang remembered one line of mine that I uttered about Free Enterprise. Who's the biggest face on the cover, and who's least in the movie? I was really surprised she remembered my line of that. Strangely enough. Brian Hepburn, a cat in the bag is better than a raccoon in the pants. He's probably right about that one.
I got to give it up for that, because sure.
Our friends from Twinflix asked us, Rob, if we'd have talked about From Dusk Till Dawn coming out in 4K in October. I think we mentioned the title 2 or 3 weeks ago. I'm still a little... The only thing that I'm disappointed, Rob, considering From Dusk Till Dawn, on the Laserdisc there were these great deleted scenes with a little bit more horror stuff. And if you've seen those scenes, you can see the cuts when you see the theatrical version.
Yeah, I know.
That always is damn. They should have integrated those
I agree.
Rogue Thinker says, does 4K discs have hidden special features like DVD used to have? I think that was really a thing of DVDs to do some Easter egg hunting over the menus. I don't think I don't believe any 4K has a hidden feature. Not that to my knowledge, Rob.
I don't know
4K.
either.
It was more stuff from the DVD days, but there are still hidden features to be found, like I showed last week, the hard target, the French hard target, who comes with the work print, but you have to start.
Which, by the way, I ordered.
Great. You have to start a special feature with Christoph Gans, who talks a little bit about the movie, and then push the menu button. And you get into a separate menu section where you can choose to watch the work print in abysmal quality, but it's on the disc.
I know. Okay?
Shorty Lions. This could probably come from Europe, considering what you think of Skyfall and Spectre. What if this Bond movie is awful? Unbelievable, Jordy.
It's Jordy. Look, man, he's a long-time imagination connoisseur. Jordy, this new Bond movie is not going to be awesome. I will tell you this. I'm going to go on record right now. I think this movie, and having not seen it, and I've not talked to anyone who saw it, I think this film is going to be considered Daniel Craig's best Bond movie.
Okay.
I think it's going to fucking kick major booty. I have no reason. I just think it is. Because Cary Fukunaga, I mean, I think it's going to be great.
Let's hope so. Let's hope.
Me
and
too.
it's even pushing the running time to the longest Bond ever.
I know.
It's 60 minutes. So, Video Under D, we need to get to peer pressure, Dieter and Rob, to get 4K TVs. They are both still on 1080p. That is correct for me.
Well,
like
that's only.
I don't want to part my 3D TV.
But that's not true as far as my computer screens. And I agree. Look, for me, I want to get the Sony 77-inch master screen. That's my the OLED screen. That's my dream. That's my dream, Ray Kinsella. So yeah, you're right. I mean, I want a major. I've got computer screens that are 4K, but I don't have a home theater screen that's 4K, and I want it. And I can't get a projector because I don't have the room for that. But yeah, Elizabeth and I, we're in the market. I'm looking, and I keep trying. My credit is not so good, so I can't buy it on credit. What I want is the Sony Master OLED screen. It's like $5,000, which funnily enough was exactly what my last screen, my main screen was. But the problem, the 4K screens are great here, but they're not big. You know, I want a 77-inch. I'm not going to buy. I can't make a projector. I can't do a home theater where we in our house now. We don't have the room for it. Not. I mean, we don't have an actual room. I need a room. But what I want is that 77-inch Sony master grade, or I say master grade because that's like Gundam. But I want that 77-inch OLED Sony master. And by the way, you can't get them. I've tried. I not just because my credit is. I'm an independent filmmaker, so my credit is not good. But I want that screen. You can't get them. They're gone. In the United States, they're very hard to find because of
there's a production shortage on every level up, considering PS5s, TVs,
all of it.
automobile, everyone is affected.
All of us. I mean, dude, I've prepaid Hot Toys figures that have come out in China, and I can't get them here, and I've already paid for them. I'm like, where is my battle-damaged Thanos? Come on, man. Send it to me.
Get it chipped.
Give it to me now. I want it now. Don't get it.
Not only Terje came to my defense. Michael Brown came to my defense as well, but probably not himself. I've heard many similar thoughts on the new Dune by others. You're not alone, considering my take on it. Michael Brown, your other people park their shuttlecrafts in the same shuttle bay as myself. Tim Hens said, wait, where is it? Wait a little moment. I showed this from my friend David Kogel. And Tim Hens said Hair today, gone tomorrow.
Wow. Wow. By the way, he's got some great hair.
Oh,
He personally has. He's Kylo Ren, man. He's got great hair.
Michael Brown came back again. He was in good grace, and then just a minute later, Malignant was trash. Unbelievable.
Young people. I mean, Michael Brown. If it's the same Michael Brown, he did get me a couple of PlayStation 5s. Just saying.
Oh.
But a couple, not just one. I and an Xbox.
Which you should mention always together with the PS5. You always forget
Should
that.
I?
Rob.
Should I?
Yeah,
mention
you
the- should I?
Yeah, you should. Rob, you should.
Right.
Don't forget the Tower of Power, Rob. Don't forget the TOP.
Okay.
Okay.
You know what? Terrier, by the way, sent in a super chat and says, comment retracted. I am now knucklehead Terrier forever. That's not true, Terrier. You're not a knucklehead. If you say that Dieter's Trash Panda segments have become my faves, oh no, that's what 200 Watt Studio said. You're not a... every person, every imagination connoisseur can be equally worthy of disdain or love. But the fact is, you're here. Any part of this community is a good part. Even if you are, well, a trash panda like Dieter. You're still welcome.
Just barely.
No,
Okay?
you're welcome. Not just barely. No,
Okay.
I don't make, I tolerate you.
That said it best, Rob. That said it best. Tolerate.
By the way, can I just say, to follow up, Dieter,
Yeah.
I think that one of the great, people talk about how bad COVID is and the whole pandemic and the 2 years we've locked down. I would say one of the great joys.
We still think we would have left it behind, but we're still dealing with it.
One of the great joys of my life is meeting you and developing a friendship with you. Not just because you send me shit from Europe. It's not just that. I'm not that craven. I want to say that doing these shows has been a great joy. And despite the fact
me
your taste
too.
in movies sucks, it's very fun to do these shows with you. I look forward to it, and I think our viewers do. And we have a very great group of people
Devoted
that
audience.
realize that your taste in movies is a little bit.
It is what it is, Rob.
It's special. It's special. Your taste in movies is special. but thank God we're friends, and thank you so much for doing this show. If I don't tell you enough, I sent you a sexy picture of Jennifer Lawrence yesterday just to make sure you'd
What
come on
more
the show.
can I ask for, Rob?
Yeah,
what more can I,
what do you
more
want me to
can
say?
I-
And thank you for being here, Dieter. I love the fact that we do the show every week. It's the highlight of my week. And
For me too, Rob. For me too.
if you bought more erudite,
like I said,
if you bought better movies, I wouldn't have this much fun. So
Correct. It's a part of our show. We show stuff from all over the world.
by the way, Harry Nice
showing-
Guy. Harry Nice Guy just sent in a super chat and says, "Glad to
Okay.
catch you alive again. Since I was now 2 weeks in Croatia, no Burnettwork for me during that time. Take this donation to keep on doing what you are doing. Great show as always." Harry Nice Guy being in Croatia. You know what the great thing about Croatia is? The ladies.
Oh.
Just saying. Any
He was
former.
on holiday. probably.
Well, he said he was.
He was on holiday.
All he said was he was in there for 2 weeks. I'm like, that could be holiday.
Okay.
But the ladies in Croatia. As a matter of fact, I would love to have a female Croatian correspondent on Let's Get Physical Media. I don't know if there is one, but if there was, ladies in Croatia, if you watch this show, I would love to have you on to talk about the state of physical media in Croatia.
Correct. The lovely Emma Bannon came back. Okay. Was La Lisa in LA Law? And
Okay.
Doc Vader answered Emma Bannon, I heard she was in LA Confidential. That's how her rumors virus is spreading. Unbelievable.
That's pretty funny. Look, you know what? I understand that my love of Blackpink And Lalisa, who's, by the way, lest we not forget, she's actually from Thailand. And her real name is not Lisa, it's Lalisa. That's why her solo album is called Lalisa. Now, she's 24. I am not. I'm a dirty old man, true. That much is certain. But lusting after the member of a worldwide manufactured K-pop band of hot girls, they're at least 24. It's not like I'm not even 30. Well, I'm 30 years away from her. That could work. So I'm just saying, it's not terrible that I'm a fan of Lalisa and I'm a fan of Blackpink. It's close. I mean, I will admit I'm on the border of creepy, weird guy. But look at me, my baby face. I shaved.
Yeah.
I think I could at least pass for 45, which means if I had a lot of money, which I don't. But if I did, I could walk in and flash a bunch of hundies around and go
play a concert.
Yeah.
Behind my shed.
Yeah, I would. Come to my house in Pasadena. I built this shed.
Your famous shed. You all
Blackpink in my area. Yeah, please.
And then even Slice Night said, I don't know why people are raving about Malignant. It was so bad actors, dialogue, and a schlockfest, but not in a fine grindhouse way. So Malignant is on both spectrums of the reviews. Zephyr Chen, the Funkalicious Zephyr
The
Chen.
Funkalicious Zephyr Chen.
Yeah. And she asked, is that the word death in Chinese with snakes around it? And I didn't know at the first what she was talking about. She was talking about the Iron Maiden special edition, but Zephyr, I have no idea because my Chinese is lacking, but I will show it again. So I think she probably meant this one. This was in the Iron Maiden special box. And she thinks, or she says, that is the word death with snakes around it. So probably she meant this one. So, and Willow made us aware that she isn't a fan of coffee, but she needs coffee in the morning, or otherwise she get headaches, I actually don't love coffee either. I just need the kick, she said. And
I have a kick for her.
Yeah, we need to see her. Rob. We need to see her.
I know. I'm like Willow. Willow is one of the foundational members of the Post-Geek Singularity. We have had one glimpse of her live, one, and she had, and her mother was at one glimpse, and we didn't really see her. Like I feel I'm gonna go visit my mom in Seattle.
Was she in the shadows?
No, she was. I'm gonna call up Willow, or I'm gonna contact her. I'm gonna be like, Willow, I'm coming to Vancouver, and you and I are going out. It's like it's like the Evader sessions. We're gonna go out. I'm gonna take you on a date, not a plutonic date, because Elizabeth would get pissed. But I'm like, we're gonna go out to a meal. We're gonna go get some dim sum. I want to film you and talk to you. I want a selfie. I want a Willow Yang selfie where I'll be like, ha ha. I mean, just I I feel
too much to ask.
I don't think it is. I mean, she's, Zephyr Chang does not have her PhD yet.
Okay.
From what I understand, Willow Yang does. Okay. She's someone who became a PhD, became a doctor while she was watching this channel, which means I'm a proud papa. I'm like, oh my God, I have a daughter who has a PhD.
Your audience stretches all over the world. Like you said, every shape and sizes.
Every shape, size, color, creed. It doesn't matter how you identify, what you are. Across the 28 known galaxies, you are welcome here. We like everyone, Yeah.
And
we do.
Even Schotik, even if he makes such statements as this, does Saarbrücken need to worry about floods? Don't they have enough Brookens? No, don't they have
enough? It's kind of funny.
Bridges?
That's good. I like
Yeah,
that.
it's kind of funny. Like you said, sell one, then you can get an IMAX theater,
Okay, dude.
Yeah.
Chris C.
Yeah. What is happening, Rob? What is
Chris
happening?
C sends in a super chat and says,
Yeah.
"Hey, Lalisa,
Yeah.
have you ever seen a Playmobil Enterprise?"
Yes.
Oh man, if only that would work. If only that would work. Back in the mid '90s, it might have. You'd find these closeted girl fans that you could meet, and I always made sure that I subscribe to the campfire philosophy, where you always leave a campfire better than how you found it. So I met girls, and I would be like, "Come on over to my house," and then they would come in, and one in particular, I'll never forget this. She's like, "I can't stay here." And she was looking at, I had like the bookcases behind me. I had a bookcase, that Billy bookcase from IKEA that had all the different crews of the Star Trek shows at the time. This had to have been 96, maybe. And every shelf had a different Star Trek crew. And she's like, "These people are looking at me. I can't deal with their eyes." And I'm like, I'm like, "Really?" And she's like, "I can't. This is just not for me." I'm like, "All right, well, get the fuck out." I'm keeping my plastic people. God damn it! Just so you know.
A little part of free.
By the way,
Enterprise here
Dieter,
live on the show.
we're into hour 3. Just so you know.
Yeah, but we're getting to it. To the end. Stubble McShave, Rob. Rob promotes Wheel of Time 10 times as much as me.
That's not true. Because no one loves Wheel of Time more than Stubble McShave. By the way, I heard, because I think interviewed, I heard like Stubble McShave is like 6'5".
Yeah, I've told you.
I mean,
We
that
had
means
some size exchange between our Asian girls and
how
Stubble.
tall are you, Dieter?
Oh, just around like you, 6 foot.
Yeah, I'm 6'1".
Yeah.
Wow.
Round, but not
So Stubble
full-
McShave could stomp us both. Beat the
Correct.
hell out of us.
Correct.
The only reason
But
I
he's
promote Wheel of Time is because of Stubble. I love Stubble. I love his love of Wheel of Time. But the only reason I support, I didn't even know. I mean, he sent me the first Wheel of Time book, which, by the way, I mean, I have to say, I've had it for like, 6 months now? And I keep pushing it back. But you know what?
Perhaps when the series starts, Rob.
Nope. I gotta read the book before I see the series.
Okay.
I gotta do it. I got Stephen King on deck, but I should read the Wheel of Time book. I really should.
Okay. And then we have someone who asked you personally, Rob. Jeff Dyer asked, Rob, you worked on 2 of my favorite DVD extras, Lord of the Rings and Superman Returns.
Wow.
Love the discs, love the docs on both. Thank you. That said, what's the future for behind the scenes features on discs? The future. Not really.
It's not good. I mean, the what I learned from Superman Returns, I've told this before, only 20% of the people that bought Superman Returns bought the special edition, which had a 3-hour documentary that should have been, by the way, a 6-hour documentary that I worked on. You know, I've often thought about just releasing my documentary into the wild, like recutting it in HD and putting it on YouTube, because it'll get a copyright strike against it, I'm sure. But you know, Warner Brothers, and especially where Bryan Singer's at in his own career and things that happened to him, I mean, people don't care about special features. And even at the height of DVD, as much as it pains me to admit this, because, you know, in my own career, some of the highlights of my life was I was nominated as the director of one of the best direct-to-video documentaries in 2003 when Variety had the DVD exclusive awards, and that was for my Tron documentary. It's an 88-minute documentary on the making of Tron. Was nominated. It lost to MASH, which, you know, star-studded. But I spent 20 years of my life. I mean, some of the work that I'm most proud of, the Next Generation box set, all that work. We did 15 discs for TNG. We did the all 7 seasons, actually 15 total, and then we did the 5 individual the movie discs where they took the two-parters and put them together as films. Best of Both Worlds, Redemption, Unification, and Chain of Command, and All Good Things. I mean, they were great. I'm so proud of that work, and yet, unfortunately, nobody cares. I mean, the amount of people that watch special features is very small, and it's been bared out on streaming services. Disney Plus, God bless them, have put a lot of special features on, like the Avengers films and all that. People don't watch them.
And most of the new stuff are just EPK kits, where you say it's just another marketing piece for the movie.
Yeah, but thank you. I appreciate the fact you like the work.
Yeah.
And by the way, even Warner Brothers, they're releasing the ultimate version of the Middle-earth saga, and our 30 hours of documentaries are not part of that disc. And I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, I only worked on Fellowship and Two Towers, but my God, we had a team of 30 people that worked for 4 fucking years on those special features. And you're releasing the definitive, because some idiot said, well, those special features were finished in the Lord of the Rings special features were finished in standard def. Yeah, because HD didn't exist in 2001, 2002, and 2003. They're still the best special features ever done.
Yeah.
And you don't release them.
So hold on to your DVD sets.
I think Lalisa, if she was in charge of Warner Brothers, Lalisa would be like, Rob, I've heard your love for me. I know that I just want to say, please make sure that the Lord of the Rings special features come out on this ultimate Middle-earth set. You know why? Because people in Korea or people in Thailand, they care more than Americans do. They'd make sure it was done right. Just saying.
Or there will be another box set,
Yeah, well, no, there won't be. I mean, this is like, and by the way, you know what's really sad and pathetic, Dieter? I pre-ordered that shit.
Not only Europe, not only you, because let's face it, Rob. From the display, if it's that good as it looks dope for my
But I waited. I had such an ordeal getting the 4K Lord of the Rings disc, and I got them, and I had to get the box. Come on, that box alone, dude.
Let's see when we have it.
I'm part of the problem. I admit it.
Yeah. And the shenanigans continue, considering my ridiculous accent. Joe Dick said, I think it would be funny if Dieter really doesn't speak English and is just using a translation program and reading phonetically. And Tim Hens answered that. Or maybe Dieter isn't even German and using a fake accent.
Oh my God.
The shenanigans.
Are you really not from Saarbrücken? Like, I don't know. I've never been there.
I am, Rob.
Like, you could be some rando dude that is like gaslighting me. You could be in, like, I don't know, in Arkansas. And because I don't know, like, when I call you on the phone, you could be rerouting me through some VPN. I don't know.
Over my VPN. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you could be some
crazy.
Rob,
Rob, why would I choose Saarbrücken then?
Because it's awesome. Because it's Saarbrücken, Deutschland. If you were to go like Berlin or Munich, people are like, what? Huh? You say Saarbrücken. You have a panic on your hands on the 4th of July. Saarbrücken, Deutschland. Dude, Saarbrücken might be the most German name ever. Munich.
Of course it is.
Berlin. That's fine. But Saarbrücken, it has more syllables. It's more fun to say.
More ring to it. Bro.
And by the way, it's also, who else is from, no one's ever made, like, if you watch a movie and there's terrorists, they're in Berlin or they're in Munich. There's never been terrorists or criminals in Saarbrücken ever.
No. But I told you, considering the movie The Fault in Our Stars, if you watch the extended edition of the movie, and they're at the airport, I believe in Amsterdam, and you look at the departure board, flip, 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 2 times, Rob, 2 times. This city is on the flip.
Wait. Are you telling me The Fault in Our Stars, like you've watched every movie that's ever come out in the history of Hollywood, and in The Fault in Our Stars, Zarbruchen shows up in like the Paris airport?
At the Amsterdam airport.
Amsterdam airport.
On the
It
departure.
shows up on, like, are you watching every movie just to look and see in the background if there's ever an airport
I was
scene?
just surprised in the extended edition, if you see the departure.
It's not even the
board,
regular, it's the extended edition.
It is.
And it says Zarbruchen.
If you see departure boards on movies, it's always Paris, Berlin, Los Angeles.
Okay,
New York.
listen, man.
But no.
Do you own that movie? Do you own The Fault? You said the extended version. Do you have the Blu-ray?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
here's what I want you to do. I need a frame capture. I need a frame capture.
I need to check, Rob. It could be that I have that a screenshot of that. I hope I have it saved.
Okay.
But I can do it.
If you have a screen cap of that, I'm going to make a graphic for you. You're going to be pointing to it. I'm going to start every show. I mean, look, the Schnäppchen Hunter, for those of you who don't know, there's people watching this show going, who the fuck are these guys? Schnäppchen Hunter. People are like, what is a Schnäppchen? Here is Dieter with African Kung Fu Nazis. And before people are like, what kind of, you are insensitive old white males. No, we're not. The channel, our mascot movie is African Kung Fu Nazis, specifically the German media book.
All, Rob.
Come on, man.
That started it all, and you were thinking, what kind of movies is this douchey?
And Justin Toner is still waiting for his copy of African Kung Fu Nazis because I can see it right over there. He hasn't got it yet. But, I'm going to finish our film festival and send out the African Kung Fu Nazis copies and your box, too. Okay. Everyone's going to get their discs in like one fell swoop.
And I have another one who asked you directly, Rob. Bill Barkley. He said, for next week's live chat, so this one, ask Rob if he's seen Cop Shop yet, and if he has, did he recognize the classic movie theme that played over the opening titles? Rob, have you seen Cop Shop?
I have not, but that is
Joe Carnahan.
It's Joe Carnahan who directed. I met Joe Carnahan. He'll never remember this, but I met him in 1997 at the American Feature Film Market, the AFFM, where he showed his first movie, Blood, Guts, Bullets, and Octane. And we were at the Angelica Film Center, and I was in a room with like 20 people watching his film. I loved it so much. I loved Blood, Guts, Bullets, and Octane. And afterwards, I went up and talked to him because no one knew who he was. He hadn't directed the A-Team yet. And I love that guy. He was larger than life, big, brash, fun. And I walked up to him and said, hey, man, because I had edited a movie that was there. And I invited him to come see the film, but I don't know if he did, but he said to me, he's like, I went up and said, Joe, I love this movie. Thank you so much for making it. And he was so appreciative and so nice, even though he's like a big brash man. He's totally fucking metal. Joe Carnahan's fucking metal, dude. And he was so cool about it. And I love that guy. And to watch his career, I want to watch Cop Shop. I mean, I'm a big fan of all of his movies, and I wish him the best. And I can't wait to see it. I haven't watched it yet. But Joe Carnahan fucking rules.
Yeah.
Joe Carnahan.
Have you seen Boss Level from Joe Carnahan?
Yes, I loved Boss Level. Loved it.
Oh, great. In the last week on the live chat, I said Willow had an interview, and she said, I had an interview a couple of days ago, but it went really bad, she said in the live chat. Unfortunately. Keep your hopes up, Willow. Okay. And then we ended the show, Rob, and in the last second, 1/6 Scaleman wrote in a super chat, and he said, the best place to be with the coolest cats on the planet.
Okay.
It was a super chat from 1/6
Now,
Scaleman.
1/6 Scale Man, Yale has been on I said Lale has been on this channel. We've streamed together. Now, he's been holding out on all of us. Lale, let me just talk about him for a minute. 1/6 Scale Man, when he streams behind his beautiful detofs of all of his Star Wars Hot Toys figures. So, yesterday, he posts a picture of his fiancée his lady that supports him is in the chats when he's live. Perhaps one of the most strikingly beautiful women I've ever seen. And I'm like, bruh, you have been holding out on us. What? like, I understand. We can talk about action figures all you want, but my God, Lael's like, he has the greatest action figure of all time, if you know what I'm saying. And I'm like, so I would love to have, I want to see Lael's first date. I'm like, so you're out at dinner, and you have to explain your Star Wars Hot Toys collection, because she hasn't come back to your place yet. And as he says, he's got daughters, he's got his Hot Toys collection in his basement. I mean, I can only imagine, like in his house, like the basement you keep secret. You bring home a beautiful lady. Hey, would you like a glass of wine? Yes, I would. Maybe some nice brie or whatever, cheese platter. And you're like, and you're asking. She's like, well, tell me more about yourself. And you're thinking, well,
do you want to free?
I can go upstairs or I can go downstairs. And where are we going to be? Apparently, he found like this incredibly beautiful woman that would go downstairs, and this is not euphemistically. I'm talking about going downstairs where his Hot Toys collection is, and it is beautifully arranged. And I understand, but man, there must have been a moment where she was like, I mean, this guy's a very handsome man, and but what the fuck is going on here with these Hot Toys figures? And I just have to say, Lael, you, sir, are my goddamn hero. Now, that's not to say you, of course, Elizabeth she's now stealing my action figures. She's taking them away from me. So I've won too. But I'm just saying, from outside, from a narrative perspective, well done, sir. Well done.
Awesome. This was a super chat in the last second from last week. And that's from the live chat from last week. Okay. And I would say, come to end of show. Or are there super chats left, Rob?
Yeah, there's two.
Okay. Get to it.
Well, Terrier fires one in and says,
yeah.
This is not a jest, but if I look as good as Robert at 54, I'm going to buy everyone a Playmobil Enterprise. Well, I mean, let's bring up... I got to say, Martino Simoni, he's my hero. Thank you, Martino, and I'm sure Az will say the same thing once he gets his, because you can't not... I mean, you already got it, but it's amazing. Stubble McShave sends in a tip and says, yes, you do. You read it. You promote World Wheel of Time much more than me. And when you read the book, you need to wear the Read and Find Out t-shirt. Being 6'5" is not uncommon here. By the way, I haven't measured my height for 15 years. Well, okay. You know what? I gotta say something. I was going to wait till Robservations, but since, I'll do this on that show too. This has nothing to do with Stubble McShave. But I did get this in the mail. And this is why I love our viewers. What's that?
Looks like a present.
It's a present. Now, this comes, allow me to read the card. RMB. Watched you on Campia's show as you desired one that John had. This one is the same, except a little more practical in that it also has an extra storage besides the drink holder. Enjoy your gift, Fernando Barrero.
Oh, it's that cup holder that John has.
Dude, okay, way to, kill the punchline. I haven't opened this yet. I don't know what it is. Might it be that? Look at this. It came in this box. I'm going to open...
A different special edition.
Wow, look at... Wow. Fernando Barrero. And by the way, Fernando, tell your mother hello for me and thank her for raising such a fine son. Wait, Dieter, you knew what it was. How'd you know? Did Fernando tell you?
No, I've seen John when he... did the skit with some... I don't know the context anymore.
Dude, look at this. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, I mean, what I talked about, and if you look at my desk here, you clip this onto the desk, right? I mean, there's no way I can show it to you. So it goes on there. And, by the way, Kaz Graphics, who gave me my favorite glass, it goes right there, and it just... fantastic. I now have a place where wow. Well, Fernando Barrero, thank you so much for this. I can just put this here, and by the way, I can put other things like nuts, pistachios. There's a second. This is amazing.
Universal usage.
Thank you so much, sir. Fernando Barrero. Even your name is fun to say, so thank you for this. It's amazing.
Okay. So, Rob, we have to come to the end of our show because I have early shift. I have to be up.
Yeah, I can't wait till Omar94 is like, this really is the longest show you've ever done. Because it's coming. It's coming.
Yeah, probably. So, Boys and Girls, nice to have you all in the chat. Jede Person, die du triffst, hat eine Geschichte zu erzählen. Alles, was du tun musst, ist zuhören.
Well, and I will second that because every person you meet has a story to tell that you have yet to hear. But I want to thank my moderators who are here. Brian Hepburn, thank you for being here. I don't know who else is here, but I think Lord Toth. Lord Toth is here. There were other people like
Justin Toner.
Justin Toner, yes.
And
I think other people in the UK are here too. Although I can't go back and see. I knew people were here at the beginning. I want to thank all of my blue wrenches for being here, and I want to thank you, Dieter, for being the man I love the most that I've never met in person.
Not in person, no. Let's hope I really live in Saarbrücken.
Oh my God! I mean, again, now I'm like, you could live in Gibraltar, you could live in India. Who knows? You've just told me, and I've become your the Saarbrücken thing. I've enabled your cover story. So on that note,
perhaps I'm a shill for Saarbrücken.
Oh my God, are you? I mean, really?
Unbelievable. Okay.
All right. Well, by the way, Omar, yes, this is the absolute longest episode of Let's Get Physical Media. I know it.
Not planned.
It's not the end. Well,
way.
Dieter?
Yeah.
I would... Let's just say good night, sleep tight, and pleasant dreams to you. That's a little Lawrence Welk reference. People are like, what? I know. Look it up. I can't even believe I know that song. But Lawrence Welk was a staple of my Sunday nights, and I hated his show. But I knew the songs, so there you go.
Someone's stuck.
I also want to thank George Feltenstein for picking up his phone. Thank you, George. And by the way, thanks to the powers that be at Warner Brothers for hiring one of the most knowledgeable people about films that lives today. And a great executive, a great humanitarian, if you love all that jazz, and my dear, dear friend for 22 years. No, he's not, but I can say that. So, Dieter, until next week, Jennifer Lawrence will hopefully inhabit all of your dreams.
I will tell you all about it next week.
Oh, no, I don't want to know about your dreams, Jennifer Lawrence. No, don't tell me. Keep them to yourself, goddammit.
Okay.
Just smile knowingly, and I'll be like, I get it.
But you have to send me a teaser, Rob. Little teaser.
Oh, my God. Dieter.
You started it, Rob. You started it, okay?
We're done. We're done.
Okay, we're done. Goodbye.